Okay, I'm live. Do we have anybody in the chat room? I'm starting a few minutes early, so. Dragon Rider, welcome to the stream. Is all in here yet? Nope, gotta wait a little more than a week, about 8 days or so. Retro Kid, welcome. Young Stacks, how you doing? We Are Pro Wrestling, welcome aboard, man. Nice to have you guys here tonight on this rare Thursday night stream. Normally I wouldn't be able to do this, but considering I'm off work tomorrow because I'm going to be driving to Atlantic City, I have a little bit more free time to kind of do whatever the fuck I want tonight. I apologize if I look like a mess. I literally just got out of the weight room. I just got back from my workout, so I haven't even showered yet. So I just kind of look like a train wreck at the moment. But y'all can't smell me, so it's fine. It's all fine here. What are you bringing us back from Atlantic City? Empty pockets, I imagine. Because I ain't much in I've never been too successful at gambling. What's the number Clash we are watching? This will be number 24. Clash 24. So we're getting close to the end. Man, it's gonna be sad when I finally get through all these. Alrighty, so here's a question for everybody. Raw or SmackDown? Did anybody watch that this week? What's on the card for Clash of the Champions? What's on the card? Well, let me put it this way. It doesn't matter what's on the card because there's only one thing that people talk about from the show, and it's a very shocking moment, shall I say. Yeah, man, those slot machines, they'll get you. They're just completely random. Yeah, I hear the Shield is back. I've heard they're building up some stories. I didn't watch Raw or SmackDown this week. I decided to, it's really weird because SummerSlam was kind of like, all right, I'll watch SummerSlam, and if I really like it, I'll start watching Raw and SmackDown again. If I don't like it, I'll just keep doing what I was doing and not watch WWE programming. Unfortunately, SummerSlam was like in the middle. It was like this, it was kind of in the middle. It wasn't great, but it wasn't terrible either. So I'm like, do I want to start watching Raw and SmackDown again based off a show that was okay? And it was the one outcome I didn't want, where it was just straight in the middle, because now I don't know if I want to watch Raw or SmackDown again. The Shield is only back to get Roman over? Well, I mean, you got to do what you got to do, I guess. But, yeah, I did get caught up on the... I'm sick of hearing the reasons why the Shield is back together. Well, does anybody dislike the Shield? I mean, I'm not going to object to the Shield being back. I like the Shield. And they kind of they didn't really get a proper split up because of Ambrose's injury. So... to me, it's like, it only makes, now that Ambrose is back, it only makes sense that they would be back together. But anyway, what I was going to say was, I didn't watch Raw or SmackDown because I decided to get caught up on the G1 Climax. I'm through all of it. I've watched all of the G1 Climax. We're all good. It was very, very good. I really liked Okada and Tanahashi on the final night. I thought that, or the final night of the A block. I thought that match was terrific. I thought Ibushi and Omega was great. The finals of the B block, and then the final match between Tanahashi and Ibushi was very, very good. Really enjoyed that. I was heartbroken when Ibushi didn't win. I was like, and I'm amazed that I'd been able to stay spoiler free for as long as I did, but I was legitimately kind of upset that Ibushi lost, but in that good way where it was like, aw, broke my heart. Yeah, Omega Ibushi was very good. My only criticism, if I have any, my only criticism of the Omega Ibushi match is that I felt like they were trying to like kill each other with their most powerful moves way too early. And I would have liked to have seen something, at least have it start out like Bruno and Zbyszko when Zbyszko turned heel on Bruno. That match where Bruno was wrestling in a way where he was clearly trying not to hurt Zbyszko because he cared for Zbyszko because Zbyszko was a student. And then Zbyszko flipped out and turned heel on him, and it was great. And I wish like Omega and Ibushi, because they are such close friends, I wish they had like started out kind of that way where they were very tentative and not really wanting to hurt each other, and more of a classical like basic wrestling match that built into something more intense as they realized they couldn't get an advantage over each other. Well, you know, Tanahashi, it's you know what they say, Cena wins, LOL. I mean, Tanahashi wins. LOL. I mean, I like Tanahashi. I don't necessarily have a problem with him winning. He is kind of the John Cena of Japan, though, in that, like, he's the guy that's won everything and done everything and been the ace and been everywhere front and back. I don't know. I probably would have given it to Ibushi if it were up to me, but we'll wait and see what they do. I mean, they haven't let me down with Wrestle Kingdom yet, so they've built up enough trust. And also, if Tanahashi can keep having matches like the matches he was having throughout the G1 Climax, I'm gold. Yeah, you know, I was kind of surprised that Tanahashi won because he has been out of the main event picture for so long. I felt like once Okada beat him, I thought that was it. Like, it was like, okay, once Okada like officially like pulled ahead and beat him, I thought that was pretty much the end for him as like the a main guy. What's an Ibushi? It's an exotic animal that I bought from Africa. Do you think Omega will still be champ by the time Wrestle Kingdom comes? I'm assuming he is. Hey, for some people, if you didn't have double standards, they'd have no standards at all. But in addition to that, in addition to the G1 Climax, I also watched this week's NXT, which was basically it was the pre-show and the fallout to TakeOver, which is like the tradition for TakeOvers. Like the next episode of NXT is it's the dark matches from TakeOver, plus like some reaction promos from TakeOver. So for that, it was fine. I thought the Pete Dunne, Zach Gibson match was good. This is not a must-see episode because it didn't really start any storylines or continue any storylines or anything like that. It was just react to TakeOver and show dark matches from TakeOver, and that's pretty much all it was. For that, it was fine, but it's not a go out of your way and see it type of episode. I wonder what Jericho will be doing for Wrestle Kingdom. Probably defending the IC title, if I had to guess. Yeah, I kind of like... Yeah, Ibushi was my number one pick, too. Should more people retain the world title at Mania? I feel like lots of people retain the world title. I feel like it's become more regular in recent years, guys retaining the title. Because we went on a streak there where the Royal Rumble winner was losing a lot. Like Alberto, well, Sheamus won, but Punk successfully defended the title at 28. Alberto successfully defended the world title at 29. Well, I've already gone down that rabbit hole. But, I don't really... To me, the guy who should go over is the one that tells the most interesting story. And if that's the defending champion, then so be it. I knew what you meant by shocking just now. Yeah, you know exactly what I mean. You know what I'm talking about. But anyway, where was I? Oh yeah, so that was NXT. I watched an episode of Ring of Honor this week where Alex Shelley basically didn't announce his retirement, but announced that he was going away for a while. And that was really sad. And that brought out Punishment Martinez to beat up both him and Sabin. And so, put more heat on Sabin's title shot against Punishment Martinez for the ROH TV title. So that was fine. Shelley's promo was kind of depressing, though, because he sounded like he was cracking up for real. And that was kind of tough to watch. Because Alex Shelley, I really like that guy, and I felt like he was a guy that should have had a greater career than he did. I thought he could have been TNA's Chris Jericho. Yeah, I felt like Shelley had like a ton of potential and just didn't, for whatever reason, it just didn't happen for him on a singles level. I mean, the Machine Guns did great as a tag team, obviously, but I felt like there was something there with Shelley that was never tapped into. And then we had Marty Scurll versus Kenny King in the main event, which was fine. The show overall was fine, but the real standout thing was the Alex Shelley moment. And right before I went to go work out, I watched Lucha Underground this week, which was amazeballs. If you like Lucha Underground and you like crazy shit, go watch that show because it was just crazy shit for an hour. Just the entire episode was just insane. The haunted house match was crazy. The Pentagon Cage Last Man Standing match was crazy. A lot of the storyline developments they did were crazy. I'm really enjoying Ricky Mundo at the moment. The crazy shit they're doing with him, and Katrina beating the crap out of Melissa Santos was great. Famous B came back. Drago came back. Jake Strong got another win, this time over Aerostar. And now we have Johnny Mundo and Taya are getting married next week. And then the week after that, Mundo and Pentagon are facing each other for the Lucha Underground title. So there's a lot of stuff crammed into that hour, but it was a really exciting show. I'm watching Grado be a stripper with a fanny pack on. That sounds disturbing. Okay, here's the thing. I like comedy in wrestling. I'm totally fine with comedy characters in wrestling. But some of them that get pushed as comedy characters, I don't get because they're not funny. Grado is one of those. I don't get him because he's not funny. They keep pushing him as like, I guess the new Eric Young, because Eric Young was like TNA's top comedy act for years. But Eric Young was legitimately funny. Grado's not funny, and I don't know why somebody in that company has a hard-on for Grado, and I don't get it. Because he's just not funny. And they keep pushing him, though, and they keep putting him on the show. He's consistently one of the weakest parts of the show, but yeah. Yano's fantastic. That's a perfect example. Throughout the G1 Climax, Yano was so entertaining and so funny that's great comedy right there to me. Yeah, Impact is on right now. I can't watch it at the moment because I don't get Pop TV, so Impact's one of those things I have to watch it later. But, I'm sure I'll watch it later. To get Grado, you have to see his ICW stuff. What does he do in ICW? Just out of curiosity. Yano Omega, yeah, that was really good. And was kind of that match was kind of the payoff to the Bullet Club OGs, like beating the crap out of everybody and ruining the tournament. Costing Omega his match, or what? Well, they beat up Ibushi and Omega in the previous match, and then they basically cost Omega the match against Yano, and that was like kind of the culmination of the Gorillas of Destiny and Bad Luck Fale basically just taking a shit on the whole tournament. So I thought all that was really good. What would Yano interacting with the New Day be like? Well, if it was in WWE, they would stand side to side in some backstage segment that was painfully unfunny. If it were done literally anywhere else, it would probably be hysterical. And you would probably see something like Yano take the Budio cereal and like throw it in their faces or something like that, or eat some and then spit it out, or something funny. Okay. All right, so I think I'm done reviewing all the wrestling shows I watched this week. Speaking of New Day, they won the tag titles on SmackDown. I did hear that. I also heard that one of the Bludgeon Brothers got injured. I don't remember which one. Yeah, Rowan got injured, so I wasn't surprised when I heard that. New Day and Lucha Underground, they would probably be drinking unicorn blood. I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it. All righty, so I'll give you all a chance to follow along in the network if you want to watch along. You're going to want to go to shows and then Vault. Look for Saturday night's main event. And then we're going to go into the January episode of 1990. We are starting a brand new year for Saturday night's main event, 1990. The last full year of Saturday night's main events because they were greatly reduced after this, 91 and 92. Okay, between 91 and 92, we only had 3 episodes of Saturday night's main event, and that's how the show ended initially. And then when it came back in 2006, we only got 2 in 06, 2 in 07, and then 1 in 08. So 1990 was really the last full year of Saturday night's main event episode. So we're getting close to the end for this show. Will we watch the 3rd main event special after the show or the 90 Rumble? No, dude, that we'd be up till 3 in the morning, and I need to get some sleep before I get on the road. How did eating Bootios get past PR? I don't know that. Well, how does Five Knuckle Shuffle get past PR? That's a good question. I mean, I don't know. It's like, oh, we're PG. By the way, Five Knuckle Shuffle. Whoop, whoop, whoop. You know, how's that work? Like, okay, he has to change the finisher name from the FU to the AA, but Five Knuckle Shuffle's okay. Doesn't make sense? I don't think it makes sense. Okay, anyway, we've got it right here. Saturday night's main event, January 1990. Hulk Hogan and the Ultimate Warrior battle Mr. Perfect and the Genius. Jake Roberts faces Greg Valentine. Dusty Rhodes versus Rick Rude, and more. So we are going to hit play and get started in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
WWE Storytime.
Storytime. I enjoy that show. Not enough people talk about that. I enjoy Storytime. It's fun. It's quick. It's funny. It's charming.
The Ultimate Warrior, the reigning Intercontinental Champion, joins forces with Hulk Hogan, the reigning World Wrestling Federation Champion. The Hulkster and the Warrior together.
Did Hogan ever face Mr. Perfect one-on-one? Yes, they did a house show loop around the same time, a house show program. And they also had a one-on-one match on Saturday night's main event, the first one after Mania 6. A nice shot at Jake Snake there. I like that. Yeah, no opening promos this week. It's all Vince. And what the fuck is Jesse Ventura wearing?
You watch out, McMahon, or I'll talk just like Guns N' Roses. You know what, McMahon? You know why they call Tennessee the volunteer state? Because everybody volunteers to get out of here.
What a dick.
And the Ultimate Warrior teaming up for the first time in World Wrestling Federation history. They're volunteering to get their hands.
Did WWE try to make the Five Knuckle Shuffle into the people's elbow as in that move that makes people pop? Yeah, I think that was the intention. New Day would be hysterical in New Japan. Probably. They were funny in WWE for a while until they wore the act thin. How many times have you said, what the hell is Jesse wearing? That's a good question. Go back and watch all the other streams and count all the times I said, Jesse, what the hell are you wearing?
And that'll be interesting because is the Hammer afraid of snakes? I don't know. Dino Bravo squares off against Rugged Ronnie Garvin and Rugged.
The match that nobody cares about. We're getting Dino Bravo versus Ronnie Garvin, guys.
And the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes meets ravishing Rick Rude. What a matchup that's going to be. And then the Macho King, front and center. Macho King defends the crown against Hacksaw Jim Duggan, who I think is standing by. Thank you very much, Vince McMahon.
There's Duggan.
Particularly proud to have as our guest on the first Saturday night's main event of the 1990s. This man, Hacksaw Jim Duggan. Welcome, Hacksaw.
Oh! Well, Mean Gene, Hacksaw Duggan's ready for the 90s, and I'm also ready for that low-down king and queen.
All right, getting to that, Hacksaw, we all recall how...
Would you say Christopher Daniels is the best American wrestler never to work for the WWE? Never. Did he never work for them at all? Like, not even like dark matches or Velocity or anything like that? Because that's how AJ first wrestled there. Here's Macho Man stealing the crown. The birth of the Macho King.
Do you want revenge, or do you once again want to wear the crown that you wore so nobly?
Well, Mean Gene, it's kind of both, yet neither, if you know what I mean.
I don't know what you mean, Hacksaw.
Yes and no, I guess.
Exactly. I don't want revenge for what those two royal pains did to me. I want revenge for the people. The peasants, they called them. Well, the peasants knew what to do in Eastern Europe, and this peasant knows what to do.
Yeah, Kaz worked for the WWE. I remember when he was there. He was there for like a cup of coffee and was gone almost as quickly as he came in.
All right, Vince, it appears to me that Hacksaw Jim Duggan is
Rubbish Ronnie Garvin versus Dino Boring. Okay, Garvin was okay. I liked Garvin fine. I never would have put him in a main event against Ric Flair or anybody else. But Dino Bravo was a guy I never liked. It's like so boring. Like, Hacksaw at least has personality. Like, you can say he's a shitty worker all you want. At least the guy's got personality. Dino has nothing. We have started, Retro Kid. Up Savage promo.
Those are peasants. Yeah.
All right, the response of the peasants then to Hacksaw Jim Duggan. In my opinion,
Mr. Paul Heyman said that if ECW stuck around, it may have turned into what ROH was. Do you agree? Yeah, because I think that's where the trend was going. He probably would have realized that and moved away from the hardcore more and gone more into the straight, like, pure wrestling.
The court gesture for the Macho King, but if you weren't funny, slap you and knock you out. Get you out of there, yeah. Macho King rules the peasants. The peasants don't rule the Macho King. And Duggan is a peasant. He will never rule the madness.
I gotta say this, Macho's crown is fucking sweet. Love that thing.
Oh, yeah.
I'm your queen, Macho King. I'm yours to rule. Anything and everything that I have is yours.
Garvin only got that spot against Flair because no other face wanted to win the NWA title just to drop it back to Flair. Everyone else felt that it would kill his career. Well, what happened to Ronnie Garvin after that? You know, their fears weren't unwarranted.
some people are born to great.
What would you say are the best matches from each season of Lucha Underground? From season 1,
which have we witnessed?
Jeez, there were so many. I'd probably go the Grave Consequences match. Season 2, I would go with the No Mas match. That was season 2, right? Yeah. Yeah, the No Mas match between Sexy Star and Mariposa. Season 3, I would go with the Hell of War match between Killshot and Dante Fox. And so far in season 4, I'd probably go with Pentagon and Cage in the Last Man or Machine Standing. That match was insane. The look on Sherry's face. Oh my God, she looks crazed. What would you say are the best wrestling gimmicks inspired by movies? Razor Ramon and Sting, the Crow gimmick. For those of you who don't know, Razor Ramon was based off of Scarface. And apparently, Razor Ramon was Scott Hall's idea, and Crow Sting was also Scott Hall's idea. So, as I joke with all my friends all the time, we can say movie night at Scott Hall's house is where gimmicks are born. Must be a lot of fun. I mean, I could just picture Scott Hall watching, like, oh, nice shiny outfit there, Macho Man. Fernando, welcome to the stream. Yes, we're doing this on Thursday because I'm not going to be here this weekend, so thought I'd give you guys something. Is that Kerry Von Erich? I think that's Kerry Von Erich. One of the jobbers. Let me rewind that. Let me get a closer look. I think that was Kerry Von Erich. They would always get the no-name jobbers to carry the throne for Macho King's entrance. It's a bachelor party this weekend. Yep, I'm having a bachelor party. Yeah, it's going to be fun. The Dudley Boys were based on the hockey movie Slapshot. I've never seen that. Have you read Thrawn Alliances yet? I'll be right back. Wait a minute. Yeah, I think that's Kerry Von Erich. Anyway, let me...
On top of his sedan, I suppose you would call it. His royal sedan, the Macho King. Oh, this guy is really... He must be getting to Duggan. How much pomp and
Hi. I have not read it yet, but I own it. I do have it. It's Darth Vader interacting with Grand Admiral Thrawn, so I had to pick it up. And it's written by Timothy Zahn, so I'm looking forward to reading that. Who would you say are the most valuable player and least valuable player of Saturday night's main event as a whole? A most valuable player would have to be Hogan. I mean, the fact that he wrestled so much on these shows, when he rarely wrestled on TV, that made the Saturday night's main event so special. Least valuable player, just because I'm a dick, I'm going to say the Red Rooster. Whoa! Duggan just like flipped over Macho Man's throne. Macho King's throne, I'm sorry. Dude, that's a good way to get your legs torn to shit. Good thing they had that planned, or else Macho would have had a bad fall there. It's really good. Basically a Sherlock Holmes mystery in space. That is exactly what I want to hear. Because when I heard that they were putting Vader and Thrawn together, I was like, that is like Sherlock Holmes and Batman being put together. If they were evil fascists. The new breakthrough in movies, instant cassettes. They're out before the movie is finished. Here you go, sir. Spaceballs. We're looking at now, sir. Everything that's happening now is happening now. Go back to then. When? Now. We can't. Why? We missed it. When? Just now. Oh! Big clotheslines by Duggan. Did you read anything on Batman Metal Knight? I have no idea what that is. So, no. Yeah, beat up a woman! Beat her up, Hacksaw! I'm Vince McMahon, damn it! It's okay to hit a woman if she's a heel. They're savage off the top. By the way, I had this thought while watching the G1 Climax. Tanahashi doing the high fly flow off the top to the outside of the ring. That is the new age version of Savage's double axe handle off the top outside the ring. It has that same like coolness factor to it. Grado is good. Watch some of his stuff in ICW. He's immensely over as a goofy underdog babyface. Okay, I mean, I'm sure he probably is. The stuff they have him doing in Impact is not funny and has never been funny. How would you feel about Great American Bash if the main event and semi-main event were switched? Which Great American Bash? Which event? Oh, Savage! Bad landing. Oh, 2004? The ending would have been better. I think it would have been better to end on the JBL title win. I mean, I would have rather the Concrete Crypt thing not happen at all, to be perfectly honest. I mean, you couldn't think of a better way to write Paul Bearer out of the show. A back body drop and Savage goes flying. Savage is not having a good night. We are on Savage versus Duggan, the first match. How would you describe the Attitude Era in one sentence? It was awesome. That's how I would describe it. Great time to be a fan. I do a better undercard in WWE 2K18 than WWE does in real life. That's not too hard. Can you think of a better way to write Bearer off the show? How about the Dudley boys beat the shit out of him. And Taker, like, gets revenge, but Bearer doesn't come back. What would you say is the best year of Steve Austin's career? Either 97 or 98, minus the neck injury. But, yeah, 98 was when he was, like, on top as, like, the best character in the world. What number is Saturday Night's main event? This is number 25. This is the first one of 1990. Look at Sherry distracting the referee. She looked like she was letting him motorboat her a little bit. It's basically Batmans that each have the power of the JL, except for one that is the Batman Joker from the Negaverse. Also introduces Barbados Batman God. That sounds incredibly metal. So what, Dudley's 3D Bearer through a table? I don't think Bearer could have taken that bump at that point, but they could have just beaten him up backstage or something. Clotheslines, and Duggan is beating the shit out of Savage. Oh my God, like, I mean, that's scary to think about. What would have happened if Austin's career ended at SummerSlam 97? Yeah. Will the likes of Owens, Reigns, and Rollins be looked upon as fans look at Austin, Rock, and Mankind? It's hard to say. I can't say how, like, today's fans are going to react to stuff 20 years from now, but for me personally, they don't have the same magnetic qualities. Is Sherry wearing red panties? I did, yeah. The finals to the G1 were amazing. Do you agree with who won the G1? I'm okay with Tanahashi winning. I would have preferred Ibushi, though. Knee to the back by Savage. This match is a madhouse. A madhouse. Savage is going to fly. Oh, double axe handle. What do you think of Lesnar's original match gimmick? If you don't know, all of his matches were originally going to end by ref stoppage. That actually would have been cool, just because it would have sold like how dangerous he was. Yeah, I agree. Like, the kids that grew up with Cena are going to look at Cena the way I looked at Hogan when I was a kid. So, and I'm going to look at them and go, Cena was a piece of shit. Oh, foreign object. The loaded purse. The dreaded loaded purse. Did you know Okada turned down WWE a few years ago? Good decision. I think he made a very good decision. 1, 2. Duggan kicked out. Look at Duggan with that false finish. Oh my God, small package by Duggan. Okay, you know how I said the Rick Rude Saturday Night's main event match that Duggan had was one of his best matches in the WWE? This one's going pretty well too. This is a pretty good match. Atomic drop. Savage goes to the corner, clothesline. Did you watch the Shield reunion? Do you think that means they're heels? I did not watch it. I can't judge it. I don't know if they were meant to get over as heels or not. Like people older than you praise Bruno and think Hogan sucks. Yeah, exactly. 3-point stance. A clothesline, but Savage goes out of the ring. Oh, look at Sherry with the 1, 2, 3. How did the referee miss all of that? Savage had his feet on the ropes. Sherry was holding Hacksaw's feet down. They did the Bobby Heenan WrestleMania 5 spot. A good match, though. That was actually good. Okada said something along the lines of, I want to make New Japan the big ocean, and I'll do it with my bare hands. Ibushi would have been a great choice, but do not understand why. There's so much story potential that Ibushi is always the guy on the outside looking in, and for him, For him to do it, he'd have to beat his best friend. Yeah, I feel like that's a more natural story, but I don't know what their plan for Wrestle Kingdom is, so I'm willing to go with it.
I saw these two major egos collide. I know there's a problem with Hogan and the Warrior. There's no way.
Yeah, so we're getting Hogan and Warrior versus Mr. Perfect and the Genius, and this is right after the previous Saturday night's main event where Genius and Perfect smashed the WWF title belt, and right after the Royal Rumble where Hogan and Warrior had their big showdown face-off. Now that Hiromu has been stripped of the junior heavyweight title, who do you think should get it? Probably Ospreay.
Exactly what you two egomaniacs are made of. The Genius.
What would you say are the best so bad it's good matches? So bad it's good?
Genius was victorious against the mighty Hulkster, and the World Wrestling Federation fell. For a billion Hulkamaniacs who live and die for Hogan saw the Genius was triumphant at the belt. They saw their hulking hero as he wallowed in self-pity, like the victim of a somewhat heinous crime. And now he has a partner even stupider than he is, so I'm sure he'll be the loser one more time. Mr. Perfect, you're the man who's never wrong. Can you?
I love the Genius's promos. I'm sorry.
By the power of the Genius and the world's smartest man, just rely on my incredible IQ.
What do you think of that?
Those poems are great. What went wrong? Claire Lynch. God, lots of things. Like, yeah, all of it went wrong. I guess to give Tanahashi his last Tokyo Dome main event. Is that maybe that's the motivation for doing it? I don't know. But here we go. Yeah, the Hogan Warrior showdown. The Rumble showdown. One of my all-time favorite Rumble moments. Because as a kid, like, do you want to know how many playground fights this fucking thing started? No, Hogan's better. No, Warrior's better. Fuck you. Hogan with the drop down. Warrior jacks the clothesline. They clothesline each other. And that's all the physicality we get.
We had just seen the footage from last Sunday afternoon. At one point, Hulk Hogan, it was you and the Ultimate Warrior in a bit of a standoff. Now you've heard what Mr. Perfect and the Genius.
I still can't believe WWE ripped off Claire Lynch. When did they rip off Claire Lynch?
What's going to run wild over the whole WWF? That there would be turbulence, brother. And when the two strongest forces in the WWF.
It'll be hilarious if they do another fan poll and Tanahashi loses his main event. Wow. What did you think of Paul London and Brian Kendrick as a tag team on SmackDown? They were a good team, talent-wise. They just didn't have much to do because tag teams just weren't a main focus there. So I think they held the belts for a year, and you did, like, I forgot they were there half the time. How do you feel about people saying G1 Supercard selling out only because it's Mania weekend? I don't care what the reason is. They did it. That's cool. The Daniel Bryan affair thing with Megan Miller. I don't remember this. I have no memory of this. When did they do this? Megan Miller? When was this? Maybe Okada will beat Tanahashi by cheating and face Omega in the main event. We'll see. It was only them and Eminem. Yeah, it felt like it. Jesus. Look at all the steroids and cocaine running wild. Warrior and Hogan. It was to build up Brie versus Steph at SummerSlam 2014. I have no memory of that. I remember, like, the Nikki heel turn. I remember some of the stuff on... I remember Stephanie getting arrested. I have no memory of... I have no memory of that. Megan Miller. I have no memory of that. Jesus. I must have blocked it out. Hulk Hogan. By the way, Megan Miller was played by Chelsea Green, TNA's Laurel Van Ness. Oh, wow. It's amazing the lousy shit that they've done over the years that I completely forgot about. Oh, that, I remember that. I wish you died in the womb. I remember that. I wish you died in the womb. Cody Rhodes versus Juice Robinson is happening. Katie Vick. Oh, I'll never forget Katie Vick, unfortunately. I watched the Katie Vick segment with my sister in the room, and my sister was like, what the fuck are you watching? I mean, you want to talk about embarrassed to be a wrestling fan? That was a moment where I was embarrassed to be a fan of this because it was so bad. What does Hogan need Warrior for? He just slammed the holy hell out of both of them. Who would you say are the best wrestlers at carrying other wrestlers? Now Warriors tagged in. Probably Sean, if I had to say it. Probably Sean. I know, dude, I'm so sorry that you... Why'd you decide to relive that whole thing for your video? The things we do for our YouTube videos. I have a friend who thinks Cody is a bad worker. I don't care. He's a draw and a star. That's... Okay. React to the 2002 draft. That was the first one, right? I mean, it was what it was, I guess. What was worse, Katie Vick or Mae Young giving birth to a hand? God. That's a toss-up. I think Katie Vick was probably worse, but that's not saying much. When would you say you became a fan of Jericho? When he turned heel in WCW and did his whole thing in the Cruiserweight division. Oh, perfect. It's bumping all over the place. Jesus. What did you think of Savage and Elizabeth joining the NWO? I guess it made sense because the NWO, the whole idea was that it was like create the illusion of the WWF invading WCW, and Savage and Liz were a WWF power couple. So it kind of made sense. Oh, God, look at Perfect. He's just bouncing around like a pinball. Genius is cooking up his game plan. What went right? Sunny with LOD. The outfit. And literally nothing else. Roll Tide. Would WCW Jericho be in 205 Live today if he wasn't as big a star as he is now? No, because he's bigger than 205 pounds. I think even back then he was. Oh, scroll to the head. Poetry in motion. Great line, Jesse. That was good. Oh, Perfect's got a chair. Oh! Ed said that the movie Blade was the inspiration behind The Brood. Is that movie any good? It's very much of its era. A lot of the special effects don't hold up. But I enjoy it. I think it's fine. How would you react if Mickie James was in the All In crowd to watch Magnus? I would be if she made it on camera. I'd be like, "Fuck you, Magnus. I hate you." That you get to go home to that, you lucky son of a bitch. Big clothesline by Perfect. Hogan's in trouble. Yeah, Triple H was in the third Blade movie, which is terrible. Not necessarily because of... Oh, I love that, like, snap neck move that Perfect would always do. It always looks so cool. Yeah, put the Genius up against Hulk Hogan. He beat Hulk Hogan, you know. The G1 Finals is my favorite match of the year. It's a great one. Yeah, if she shows up on camera for another show, she'll get shit canned the next day. Have you seen the video where Edge tells a fan that if you think the WWE is real, then you need to sit down, have a talk with your kids, and reevaluate your life? I mean, yeah. I don't know what else you say to people that think it's... In today's day and age, like, how could you possibly think it's real? Was Hogan's loss to Warrior at Mania 6 his first clean pinfall loss during his main event run? As far as I know, yes. Clean? Like completely clean without controversy? Yes, as far as I know. How pumped are you for Taker versus Triple H Part 475? So pumped, I'm not going to watch it. Perfect Plex. There. Got it. He didn't get... Oh! Perfect let it go. He wants Genius to pin Hogan. Moonsault. Oh, Hogan got the knees up. Oops. Perfect off the top. Hogan gets a foot up. I have a friend who thinks Cody versus Omega at Supercard of Honor was a bad match and tries to convince me ROH sucks now. I thought Cody and Omega at ROH Supercard of Honor was one of my personal favorite matches of the year. So, to each his own. What did you think of the Big Show Shane Last Man Standing match from Backlash 2001? Was that the one where he jumped off the stage from like 75 feet and Test interfered? I remember thinking that was an okay match. Can Taker even take a pedigree at this point? It doesn't matter because Taker's going over, so. I also thought Cody versus Omega was disappointing. Well, to each his own. I liked it. All right. Warrior got a tag. Leg drop. Ooh, sloppy leg drop by Hogan. Gee, Hogan Warrior won. I'm shocked. Cool match, though. That was pretty good. Two hot matches to start off. Remember when Kane electrocuted Shane's balls? Yes, I do. That feud was insane. The rematch was good, too. I like the rematch. Oh, the heels are mad. Warriors attacking both. Here we go. He clotheslines Hogan by mistake. Oops. Uh-oh. Trouble in paradise. Hogan's going to get mad.
Don't you try to make excuses. Wait a minute. I told you, McMahon, the body's never wrong. Look at the egos in the ring.
Uh-oh. Look at this face-off. Speaking of Hogan clean losses, Hogan once lost to Jacques Rougeau clean in a 1997 house show. Yes, I've seen footage of that match. It's the weirdest Hogan match ever because it's like he loses clean to Jacques Rougeau of all people. What went wrong? The anonymous Raw GM. It was presented stupidly and they had no plan.
Right now, you remember what happened when Jake the Snake Roberts took into his custody the $1 million belt.
Why is Warrior all over Hogan? I don't know. Because Hogan shoved him and they're mad. Those competitive juices are flowing. Phoenix versus Cage is happening next week on Impact. I heard about that. Yes, the Mountie defeated Hulk Hogan. That happened once. Okay, now we're seeing Jake Roberts take the $1 million belt. And he put it in the bag with Damien.
You're securing custody of Ted DiBiase's $1 million belt. I'm curious, is the belt in the bag?
Hogan going bald since 1980. See, I've known Hogan as being bald for so long that seeing him with hair would kind of freak me out.
How's that?
All you gotta do is reach in and touch.
I believe I'll pass on that.
I thought you might, Gene, so I've got another way just for you.
How's that?
What's this match?
Always great to hear Jake Roberts on the stick.
Jake Roberts, but what about Valentine and Hart? For that story,
was Ted DiBiase always the $1 million man outside WWF? No, the $1 million man was the WWF creation, and he couldn't take the gimmick with him.
Jimmy Hart. Gentlemen, we've all seen the footage. Jake the Snake Roberts is now in possession of Ted DiBiase's $1 million belt. But where is the belt? And where is Damien? What's in the bag?
Good question, Jesse, but we're not worried about the bag just yet. We've got to beat the man first, and to beat Jake the Thief, you've got to forget about the bag.
Yeah, let me know how the Callahan-Pentagon match is.
True enough, but
because I was kind of looking forward to that.
Jake does with Damien.
Forget about us losing. Remember, there's two of us.
Okay, before I forget, one more question. What if you get your hands on the $1 million belt?
Jesse, that's not one more question. That's a million questions. We'll give our answers in the ring. Come on, Greg.
Remember, McMahon, that it was Jesse the Body that got the scoop, and don't you forget it. Back to you, Jack. It's not Jack. It's Jake. Jake the Snake Roberts.
Here we go.
Yeah, what's in the bag?
That bag looks pretty loaded. Like there's more than just Damien in there.
Jake the Snake Roberts psyching himself up for the matchup.
He was Trillionaire Ted in WCW. Yeah. That's a nice way to skirt around that. Yeah. Oh my God. Damien's wrapped all over the belt. That is such a cool image. God, I love that $1 million belt so much. It's just the greatest piece of bling. What would you say are the most one-sided Super Bowls? Well, in the 80s, the Denver Broncos got their asses handed to them a couple of times. There was one against the Redskins where the Redskins scored 35 points in the second quarter. You heard me right. The Redskins scored 35 points in the second quarter alone. So the Redskins won that Super Bowl, needless to say. And then the next year, I think, they played San Francisco, and San Francisco just went up and down the field on their asses. Like, it was not even close. Did LU pay tribute to Villano 3? He was a Mexican legend that passed away Tuesday. I didn't see anything. I don't think they did. Another one, one-sided Super Bowl, the more recent Seahawks Denver Broncos game. I have never seen a Super Bowl end on the very first play from scrimmage, but that game ended on the very first play from scrimmage when the snap sailed overhead over Peyton's head, and the game was just over. Like, I just knew right then and there the game, because the Broncos never recovered from it. Would you want Christopher Lee and Jake Roberts to talk in a dark room together? Oh, sure, why not? Jake goes into the corner.
Look at the smirk on his face. Great Valentine, a methodical wrestler, never rushes anything, stalking his opponent. like Damien, Stockton, really having problems. This is a mistake in my book, though. Why not stay on your man when you have him down? Absolutely. Valentine winding up, drops the hammer. And that's one way to stay on your man. The cover. This could be over.
Cooler voice, Christopher Lee or James Earl Jones? Oh, Jesus. Both are Sith Lords, so that tells you that they have cool voices. I can't choose. They're both great. The Broncos suffer from brain farts on the big stage. Yeah, they kind of do. Like, yeah. What went right? The Simpsons. Great writing and a perfect voice cast. Speaking of The Simpsons, has anyone seen Matt Groening's new show on Netflix, Disenchanted or whatever it's called? Has anyone seen that, and is it any good? What went wrong? The Simpsons. They were on the air too goddamn long. They literally should have wrapped up like 2 decades ago. Come on, Jake. Here comes Jake. Did you watch Married with Children? Yes, I did. Great show. Would never get made today. Would never fly today, but it was a great show at the time. I have a friend that says The Simpsons started to get shitty around 2000. That's about right. Short arm clothesline. SJWs would be all over it. I wasn't going to say that, but yeah, it's true. Like, if you produce a pilot for Married with Children today where the mom and wife is a lazy slob and the daughter's a slut and the father insults fat women all the time, it would never fly. Flips out of the DDT, but Valentine misses the elbow. Yeah, Married with Children. High knee, but miss. Oh! Jake just had a bad fall there. The Simpsons Christmas episode from 7 years ago would have been the perfect finale. I don't think I saw it. What happened in that episode? Now, I'd say the golden age of The Simpsons, like, was from seasons 2 to 8 or 9. Like, I would say that was really their golden age. Goes for the figure 4, but Jake kicks out of it. Jimmy gets knocked off the apron. DDT. DDT! And here comes Ted. I want my damn belt. But Virgil doesn't want to go into the bag. Futurama is one of my favorite shows ever. Futurama is a great show. It was placed 30 years into the future where the entire family comes together for Christmas for the birth of Maggie's child. Oh, that actually would have been a great finale. The ultimate proof that controversial shows wouldn't fly today is how they had to bring Brian back from the dead. I think they had that planned from the word go anyway. But Jake kept the $1 million title belt. Oh, God, look at that shot of Damien with the tongue. That's awesome. Lisa is married to Milhouse. Bart is divorced, and Maggie is in a band. One of my favorite lines.
She is living proof, this Sapphire, that Mom's Mabley did have kids. Did you see the size of that house?
See, speaking of making fun of fat women, a lot of jokes were made at Sapphire's expense. Yeah, Futurama, they got about as much out of it as I think they were going to get, so they ended it at the right time.
Of the Jesse DeBody Award at the Slammies, that I'm the masculine ideal.
That episode where Brian came back was made way too soon for it not to be planned all along. Yeah, I agree. He came back like, what, 3 episodes later? But anyway, Lisa being married to Milhouse, that reminds me of one of my favorite Simpsons lines. In the episode where they flash forward to the future and Lisa's marrying that British guy, and Lisa's trying on her wedding dress and is talking to Marge, and Lisa says something to the effect of, I feel bad about wearing white, Mom. I mean, Milhouse. And then Marge is like, oh, Milhouse doesn't count. And I'm like, damn. Here's that shitty Rick Rude music. The Futurama video game was pretty okay. I never played it. Why can't we have the original Rick Rude music, you monsters? You fucking monsters. Has WWE been on too long? Well, wrestling, if it's going to continue, it's got to be ever evolving. I think the WWE's problem is that they're just stuck in this antiquated formula, which was made in the Attitude Era, and they've never gotten out of it.
Sapphire. Both of you heard the comments made by Ravishing Rick Rude. He claims that Sapphire is his for the asking. He claims he can have you at the snap of his fingers. Your comments, Sapphire.
He's nothing next to my little bit of Dusty.
Well said, Sapphire. Dusty with freedom for the common man, flourishing the world over. Is this the decade of the common man? Is this the Dusty decade?
Ooh, me gee.
In cartoons, there's always that guy that can't get the girl. Megan Mort, Milhouse and Lisa, Snot and Haley. Speaking of Haley, like, is American Dad still going?
Rick Rude been treating women bad. Mingy, you've been seeing him treat women bad in the audience all over. That's got to stop.
I can't see your live stream. Did I go blank for anybody else?
What about Sapphire?
Oh, you've got a point.
Regal is still the best WWE authority figure today. Well, yeah. I feel that Archer has overstayed its welcome. Yeah, it kind of has. I did not like Dreamland, and Danger Island was better, but it's still kind of like, okay, seriously, you need to wrap up the Coma storyline and put a bow on this. American Dad is still going. That's insane. Did you cry at the dog scene in Futurama? I didn't cry, but it was really touching. Yeah, no, I don't put the show up because I don't want the copyright Nazis coming after me. So, yeah, I use the stream largely as a way for you to watch me react to it and react to the show and also, like, do basically a Q&A. I can't believe American Dad is still going. Like, how is it even relevant today? Because it was something that was made for the Bush years. And it just feels like it would be so antiquated today. Yeah, the Luck of the Fryrish, where Fry learns the truth about his brother. I think that one was really touching. Have you thought about expanding your channel? To expand it into something truly successful, like, I would have to, like, make it my job, and I have a full-time job with a 401k, so I don't really have the time to do that. Death by Snoo Snoo. Death by Snoo Snoo. The spirit is willing, but the body is weak. Here's Dusty just beating up on Rick Rude. Rick Rude's tights look like he used the fonts from, like, every 70s, like, variety show. Yeah, Rick Rude could not body slam Dusty because Dusty's fat. God, I'm looking at this. Heenan's gone. Sapphire's gone. Dusty's gone. Rude's gone. Really sad. The Price is Right. Yeah, I liked it when I was a kid. That was the ultimate, like, if you got to stay home from school for whatever reason, that was the show you watched. I haven't watched it in years, though. Did Rooch's cup of feel on Dusty? I mean, Dusty does have those jiggling titties. Bob Barker. Well, Bob Barker was the host when I watched it. What about Double Dare? I remember watching Double Dare back in the day. That was one of the big Nickelodeon game shows. The best Nickelodeon game shows, though, were Guts and Legends of the Hidden Temple. Those were the two best. Price is Wrong, bitch. What went right? The Clone Wars shows. The writers came up with interesting stories that made the prequels better. Oh, look at Bobby getting in Sapphire's face. Did Root just back body drop himself? The referee's dead too. Yeah, the referee's dead too. God, that's Joey Morella. What went wrong? The Star Wars prequels. Lucas had too much control. Oh, he's kicking Heenan out? She started it. Bye, Heenan. But Sapphire's gone too, so, you know, it's fair. But yeah, the Star Wars prequels, I think Lucas had too much control over it. And I know it's his baby and I know it's his creation, but I feel like there was a lot more collaboration in the original trilogy, and in the prequels, I think it was Lucas going, I want to have final say on virtually everything, and what you got was a bunch of factory assembled movies that lacked the soul of the original. If you were in charge of writing the prequels, what story would you have told? I don't like Sand. I don't like Sand either. Clone Wars 2D or 3D? You know, a lot of people prefer the 2D Clone Wars. I prefer the 3D. I felt like they had better characters, told better stories. I like the visual style of the 2D show more, but I think as far as stories go, I think the 3D show has a huge leg up on it. Imagine the matches Joey Morella would have refereed for during the Attitude Era had he not died. And Sapphire is sitting in the front row now because she's a dirty, rotten cheater that bends the rules. She bought a ticket. Yeah, I wonder if Joey Morella hadn't have died, would Hebner have become like the trademark referee of the WWF? Darth Maul, that's okay. You want an example of what the Clone Wars show was able to do? Darth Maul in Phantom Menace is cool, but he's ultimately a nothing character. Darth Maul in the animated shows, one of the best Star Wars characters in the last like 15 years. Like, incredibly good. Oh, the prequel story, what I would have done, I probably would have structured it in a way where Anakin's turn is at the end of the second movie, and the third movie is like the definitive Darth Vader movie. Which Star Trek captain do you prefer? Picard's technically a better captain, and Patrick Stewart's technically a better actor than William Shatner, but Captain Kirk's so much fun to watch. So I like Captain Kirk more. He's way more fun to watch. Oh, caught him on the way down. Here comes Dusty. Dusty, is he going to do a figure four? So episode 2 would end with Order 66-esque scene. No, I think Vader would do the Jedi hunting in the third movie. And I've even wondered, like, they made the Jedi like the generals of the Clone Wars in the prequels. And I thought, you know, I think maybe they should have done a thing where the Jedi were split and didn't want to get involved. And you had like some Jedi that were like, we shouldn't get involved with this. We're peacekeepers. We're not generals. We're not warmongers. And then others like Obi-Wan and Anakin were like, no, we have to do something. We have to protect the galaxy. And ultimately going to war led to Anakin becoming a darker and darker person. So a lot of what they did in the prequels, like the basic skeleton could kind of work, but it needed a lot of fine-tuning. Callahan versus Pentagon Jr. just finished. How was it compared to their mask versus hair match? Rude, back in control. Would you have used Samuel L. Jackson? Not as a Jedi. Oh my God. Sapphire's doing the Rick Rude gyrations. Yeah, the one where Obi-Wan goes undercover as a bounty hunter, that was great because he kind of sort of like becomes friends, not friends, but as like gains a respectful relationship with Cad Bane, and that was actually great to see. Did you hear about the Rian Johnson Star Wars trilogy being canceled? That's probably for the best because they make way too many. Too many, and I think the match just ended in a double countout. So double countout. Nobody wins. But Dusty Rhodes' music is playing, so he really wins. But yeah, Disney was like, it was almost like they wanted to turn Star Wars into Marvel and just make like 3 movies a year or some shit like that. It's like, guys, it's Star Wars. These need to be big event films. Like, wasn't it better when you took breaks, like 3-year breaks in between films?
The world's strongest man in the Canadian earthquake.
No, what's that, Jimmy?
A national disaster.
That's all well and good.
Look at Earthquake. Earthquake was one of my favorites as a kid.
Don't worry about me.
Just a scary looking dude. And apparently Earthquake was like in his mid-20s at this point. He looks like he's 40. Yeah, Revenge of the Sith has its moments. The Anakin being put in the suit is one of them.
I would imagine it should be good. You know, Garvin's going to give up a lot of strength and a lot of weight to Dino Bravo.
Didn't watch the first match, but I thought the match they had tonight was pretty good. Having all the weapons hidden in piñatas made it fun. Okay, that sounds very Russo-esque, but I'll have to check it out. Would you say that scene with Vader would be good without the no? Yes. Yes, lose the no, please. No! Main event, guys. Dino Bravo versus Rugged Ronnie Garvin.
Dino Bravo. At one time, Dino Bravo allegedly held certainly the unofficial bench press mark. What was the left, Jesse? 712 pounds, and I saw it up close, McMahon. Yeah, you were spotting it, as it were you not? Absolutely. Only a guy of my strength could be used as a spotter. Yeah, you got that right. I remember it well. Garvin really shot.
Yeah, Garvin was pretty much close to done here, I think. This may have been his last match with the WWF, now that I think about it. Out of the ring he goes, and here's Earthquake. Look how big he is. Oh.
Off the rope and the elbow. Yeah, plays its part. And this could be a quick one. No. They got my garment. Did you see the altitude Bravo got on that elbow?
Why did they add the no at the end of Return of the Jedi, the fight? Oh, yeah. I heard they did that, and I refused to buy the Blu-rays because of it. It's like, nope, not buying the Blu-rays because that's in there. Fuck off. You ruined one of the best scenes in the movie. Best fictional villain? I could sit here all day and list villains. Hans Gruber, Darth Vader, Moriarty, the Joker, a litany of comic book villains. Like, I could be here all day. Magneto. Are Earthquake and Typhoon still with us? Typhoon, yes. Earthquake, no. Yeah. God, is Bravo like the most boring human being that was pushed in the WWF? Like, he's just so blah. Magneto or Dr. Doom? Both are great. I was more of a Magneto guy. Poor Jimmy getting thrown around again. Thrown right into Earthquake's arms. I heard someone say that Otis Dozovic from Heavy Machinery is a modern-day Typhoon. Bravo's death, though. Holy shit. Yeah, right? One of the most bizarre deaths in wrestling history. Like a literal mob hit. It's weird as fuck. Who's your favorite X-Man? It's either Wolverine or Nightcrawler. Those are my two favorites. Flying cross body. 1, 2, 3. Bravo reversed it for a 3 count. Well, at least they kept it short. Yeah, that was the weakest match of this episode for sure. Yeah. And now Earthquake's going to squash Ronnie Garvin. Boom. Boom! Yeah, we're setting up Earthquake to take out Hogan. Just a couple months. Are you surprised that Trump hasn't been assassinated yet? I mean, a lot of the hysteria surrounding him is just that hysteria. Also, the Secret Service is really good at what they do, so I'm not surprised. You should do a video where you move around like Earthquake in his promos. Don't tempt me. I might do it.
On Friday night, February 23, you spoke earlier of the match between the Macho King Randy Savage and the Hulkster with the special guest referee, the heavyweight
Shockmaster versus Okada, with Okada being buried by being put in a bear hug for 60 minutes. That'd be terrible. Dogs and cats living together. Mass hysteria. Smuggling cigarettes. What about smuggling cigarettes? Yeah, this may have been, I think this was Garvin's exit from the WWE.
Physical elements in the world in the ring all at the same time of the Macho King, the Hulkster, and Iron
Yes, Typhoon, Fred Ottman. Is he on both? No, he's not. He's not on this one.
You said earlier about bringing Mike Tyson into your school of officiating.
Yeah, he's not on this episode. Tugboat hadn't shown up yet, I don't think.
Saturday Night Main Event continues.
Oh, Dino, yeah. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, Dino smuggled cigarettes.
Under prime time main event, the Macho King Randy Savage takes on the World Wrestling Federation heavyweight champion Hulk Hogan with an added twist. Special referee World Heavyweight Boxing Champion Iron Mike Tyson.
Except it wasn't Tyson. It was Buster Douglas.
So delighted that Mike Tyson is the referee. Finally, someone with a reputation. To the possible abuse that might happen between Hulk Hogan and
He will be on the Clash.
Savage. That way, there is no excuse. When I beat Hulk Hogan, yeah. And just a little bit of a warning to Iron Mike Tyson. Yeah. If I find out that you're not calling it right down the middle, and maybe
Is that boxing fight out there anywhere? I've never seen. I'm sure you can find it online somewhere. Like, I would even check YouTube, see if you can get clips of the knockout. What's a dream match with Shockmaster you've always wanted to see? Shockmaster versus the 2x4 that he tripped over. Because he certainly lost that first match.
Because if you don't, I am going to take Hulk Hogan and pin him 1, 2, 3. Then I point at you and make you bow and kiss the Macho King's feet. And while you're bowing,
the Buster Douglas Mike Tyson fight. The one where Buster Douglas shocked the world and had one of the biggest sports upsets of all time. Because at the time, people don't remember, like, our young people don't know. Mike Tyson was like a force of nature. Like, he could not be beat. And then out of nowhere, this guy that was not supposed to beat him knocked him out.
We have heard the thoughts of the Macho King, Randy Savage, in regards to your upcoming title defense for the World Wrestling Federation Championship. Special guest referee, Iron Mike Tyson. I'd like to get your thoughts now.
thank God this dark cloud that's been following Hulk Hogan all across the WWF is going to finally fade away. I didn't know how many more times I was going to have to prove myself, me and Gene. I'm the lone survivor of the Survivor Series, the whole bar cage match. I rumbled all over the whole WWF, and still the dark cloud would follow me no matter where I went. The Hulkamaniacs always said, what about the Macho King? How come you didn't wipe him out? How come you didn't destroy the Madness forever? Time and time and time again, I heard that mean Gene.
Shockmaster versus the Kiss Demon? Jesus. Shockmaster versus RoboCop. I'd like to see that.
Iron Mike Tyson, the man who can hold the Madness back.
Iron Mike would only go 3 rounds, too. After that, he was gassed. Yeah, but normally he would knock people out before it would get to that point. So,
The Macho King, I'm going to prove to the whole world one last time that Hulkamania is stronger than it's ever been, Mean Gene.
You know, you hit the nail on the head, Hulk Hogan. It indeed could be the last time ever that you and Macho King, Randy Savage, fight for the gold.
You know, it's going to be the last time as far as the Macho King's concerned. And one more thing, I'm going to prove to Mike Tyson that Hulkamania is the strongest force in the universe and that Hulkamania will never die.
So those were the promos setting up the main event 3, which we watched on this channel as one of my WrestleMania weekend live stream, where I watched all the episodes of the main event. Now, this episode of Saturday Night's Main Event had something that I felt that main event episode was missing in terms of building up towards WrestleMania. The main event didn't really do much to really build anticipation between Hogan and Warrior for WrestleMania. And if you look at the first 2 main events, it was all about building anticipation for WrestleMania and doing these great angles to really set it up. Here, you get the face-off and the showdown between Hogan and Warrior and their turn after the tag match and the accidental hit. That probably would have best been saved for the main event. But they had Mike Tyson for the main event of the main event, so they probably figured that was good enough. Imagine if Hogan let the N-word slip while Tyson was near. Oh, I wouldn't want to be in that room. Should Warrior have issued the Ultimate Challenge on the 3rd main event special? They could have done that. Okay, and that concludes Saturday Night's Main Event, the first of 1990. Good episode. I liked the Duggan Savage match. The highlight is the tag match, the Hogan Warrior tag match with the post match. Dusty versus Rude was fine. Jake and Valentine was fine, especially throwing Ted in there for good measure. Overall, just a good, solid episode. Not one of the best episodes, but a really good, solid one that has a really cool moment in it, which is the Hogan Warrior shove-off. Yeah, we're gonna get into some shocking things coming up next. All right. we're done with that. All right, so now we're going to head into the Clash of the Champions. Before we do that, I'm going to take a quick break. I need to run to the bathroom, so don't go away. I will be back soon. Man, my goddamn protein shakes, they make me piss like a racehorse. It'll be Clash 24. Shockmaster versus the Poop Nugget. Hey, don't sully the good name of the Shockmaster by having him associate with PN News. Okay, here we go. They even, on the network, they even have the Shockmaster, like a screen cap of the Shockmaster on the icon here. Okay. Yeah, you can't miss it, guys. It's number 24. It's the Shockmaster right there. Hashtag, where's the Poop Nugget? I miss him. It's like, you're the only one that does. Okay. Clash of the Champions 24. Davey Boy Smith challenges Vader for the World Heavyweight title and a shocking edition of Flair for the gold. This is going to be fun. This is going to be fun. What else is this Clash known for? Literally nothing else. It's only known for this. Actually, let me pull up the card real quick. I don't even know what's on the card. I just know this is the one with Shockmaster on it. Okay, we've got Arn Anderson and Paul Roma versus Steve Austin and Lord Steven Regal for the tag titles. We got Two Cold Scorpio versus Bobby Eaton, Max Payne versus Johnny B. Bad, Paul Orndorff defending the TV title against Ricky Steamboat, Sting and Ric Flair versus the Colossal Kongs, Awesome Kong and King Kong. I have no memory of them. We've got Road Warrior Hawk and Dustin Rhodes facing the Equalizer and Rick Rude in a tag match. The Equalizer, for those who don't know, was Dave Sullivan, Kevin Sullivan's brother. And we've got the aforementioned world title match, Big Van Vader versus Davey Boy Smith. Is Steven his real name, or was William just a WWE given name? No and yes. His real name, I can pull it up right now. His real name is Darren Kenneth Matthews. So no, Regal is not his real name, and Steven is not his real name. Evad, yep, good old Evad. All right, good night, Retro Kid. Have a good one. All right, so we're going to be watching this Clash of Champions. If you're following along on the network, I'm going to be starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
WWE story time.
Watching Eddie and JBL and the chair shot just happened. When was the last time you watched that Judgment Day match? It's been a few years. Great match. I thought it was an outstanding match. What if Sean kept his real name in WWE as Sean Higginbottom? He wouldn't have gotten over because that's like that name just screams bumblefuck nobody. Shawn Michaels has more of a star quality to it.
World Championship Wrestling presents Clash of the Champions.
Here we go, guys. Clash of the Champions. When I first started doing these live streams, this is an episode that I couldn't wait to get to. Because Shockmaster.
I'll tell you what, Tony, I'm excited about here in Daytona Beach, Florida.
Jesse, what is up with your hair, dude?
I've been stuck at him, Tony.
Fans, we do have an announcement to make that Flying Brian won out in the world.
What was 2004 you thinking during that Eddie Bradshaw Judgment Day match? I kept saying, I'm screaming at the TV, they should stop the match.
You can all see clearly the career-threatening injury I've sustained to my ankle. Literally broke my heart when the WC doctors informed me that I would not be able to compete tonight. I know how greatly disappointed the fans of WCW are.
Do you understand wrestlers that change their name to their wrestler names? Like in real life, they change their names, their given names to their actual like work names.
Down the road, we can fit you in. Tonight was supposed to be your big shot. We apologize for that. But like I said, your time may come later.
Well, since that injury, WCW has made an announcement and told the Hollywood Blondes they have to defend those World Tag Team titles tonight. So the Hollywood Blondes have decided to put Lord Steven Regal in Flying Brian's place. He tonight will become a Hollywood Blonde, and along with Stunning Steve will defend the World Tag Team belt.
Warrior. Yeah, Warrior did that. To me, it's a little weird. Like, it's a little weird.
Taking the Blondes into a corner. You see the injury. Why should he have to wrestle when he's hurt?
It's one of 3 title matches, and we go to the ring. Ladies and gentlemen,
I like the gold curtain there. That looks nice. At the entranceway. That looks pretty neat. Hey, it's Arn Anderson and the greatest 4 horsemen of them all, Paul Roma. He changed his name to Ryback Reeves. Okay. Could you imagine like a woman going on a date with that guy? Hi, my name's Ryback. Your name is what? Ryback. Steve Austin did. Steve Austin at least sounds like a real name. So I can like, at least it like doesn't sound stupid. It's not like Warrior or Ryback. Roma was a better horseman than Mongo. See, there you go. There you go. I thought the greatest horseman was Steve Mongo McMichael. He was the greatest at something. Being a good horseman wasn't necessarily one of them. Do you know Steve Austin's birth name? Isn't it like Steve Williams or something like that? Yeah, Regal does not fit in with the Hollywood Blondes at all. Like, that looks like such a clash. Did you see Steve McMichael in the NFL, if you remember him? I remember seeing highlights of him. I don't remember actually watching him play. He was the greatest Chicago Bear to ever be in the Horsemen. See, there you go. There you go. How many other Chicago Bears that also went on to become 4 horsemen were as successful as Steve Mongo McMichael? 0. That's how many. He's in a class all his own.
No doubt about it. He can't get into the ring. He can't even put a boot on. And these shyster lawyers in WCW, I'd like to know who pulled this one off, making them defend again against the Horsemen. How many times do they have to beat them?
Well, how many times have we seen Flying Brian feign an injury just to get an advantage? So it's backfired.
Steve Anderson is Austin's birth name. He took the Williams name as a child. Okay.
We do understand it's some torn ligaments in the ankle. He injured it the other night in competition, and now it will be Lord Steven Regal and Stunning Steve, and certainly the team now that has the advantage as far as teamwork is concerned is the Hollywood Blondes, or making the Four Horsemen. But also, speaking of four, you got Flying Brian with a crutch on the outside that can be used.
I'm going to name my son Austin. It's such a badass name. It is kind of a badass name.
Umbrella. So really, the Horsemen still have their backs against the wall here, Jeff.
Oh, I don't think so. Nature Boy Ric Flair's in the building, isn't he?
Yes.
Yeah, is he not a horseman? Is he not above sneaking into the ring if the occasion demands it?
Well, you never know.
That's right.
From the neutral position, they go back to a corner.
Here we go. We've got Arn Anderson and Steve Austin going at it right now.
Patrick is the referee assigned. Good to have you with us here on TBS. Capacity crowd on hand at the Ocean Center in Daytona Beach. And right now, each man trying to get an advantage from the neutral position. There's a good look at maybe the greatest tag team wrestler of all time, Arn Anderson. Side headlock to Stunning Steve.
Patrick is going to name his son Dallas. No, not likely. Not unless I hate my kid, which I don't.
Really took him down.
Granted, he doesn't exist yet, so you never know.
And look at Lord Steven is very pleased on the apron.
Who'd you bring back in their prime, Pillman or Owen? Well, I mean both. I'd like to have them both back. I mean their ends were so tragic. But as a talent, like which one would I like to have around?
They are the Hollywood Blondes. Legally, WCW.
Owen would probably, Owen in his prime would be a better fit for today's WWE product. But Brian Pillman, if we gotten the promos of '97 mixed with the physical talents of like a few years earlier, you'd have had like Austin would have had a main event opponent, like easy. I thought you named your son Odell. Yeah, as a cool joke, maybe.
You're right.
You got a disqualification right there, Tony.
Yeah, but the referee didn't see it, Jesse. As you
did you watch Over the Edge '99 live on pay-per-view? Yes, I did, and it was awkward, to say the least. Haunting is the best way to describe it. Brooklyn is a nice name. Yeah, I guess.
Why would the referee be talking to Regal on the apron when he should be looking at the action of the ring?
Well, Regal was trying to get into the ring, and he was not the legal man. The referee was hitting him on the outside. And now, speaking of being on the outside, Anderson, left-hand blow. Oh, he hit the safety rail, did Regal. Or did the Stunning Steve.
And poor Steve is getting knocked around.
In the entire time, as has Arn Anderson, and now a tag is made, and Lord Steven Regal comes in.
They cut the whole thing out of the network version of Over the Edge '99. Good. Nobody needs to go back and watch that shit.
Full arm dragon twist by Anderson. Here comes Paul Roma.
That's one. It's like where they butchered it on the network, and I'm like, I'm fine with that. You know, I don't need to relive that.
And you can see the Horsemen already throwing the rules out. Paul Roma firing the right hands against the greatest scientific wrestler in WCW, who has not broken a rule, I might add, Tony.
I still have the Over the Edge '99 pay-per-view recorded on VHS. Haven't watched it since. I mean, that's like almost like saving a video of a funeral. Like, why would you? Who would do that, and why would you videotape it? You know, I mean, I understand why you videotaped it. You were taping a wrestling pay-per-view, but it's still like, why the hell would I ever go back and watch that tape? Elizabeth or Diana for daughters? I don't know. Both are nice names.
Full arm dragon twist again. This time it's Lord Steven Regal with the advantage.
Notice, Tony, how Lord Steven's trying to wrestle this match and Roma's trying to turn it into a street fight.
Wait a minute.
Oh, there's Austin.
Steve tripping him up on the outside.
Austin got a cheap shot in.
Roma had the clear advantage, but speaking of breaking the rules, there's an into the midsection, and now this Hollywood Blonde team, so to speak, double teaming with perfection here, Jesse Ventura.
Now you see Stunning Steve laying in the big forearm. They got
I went to watch Over the Edge 99, but couldn't find it. It's on the network. They just heavily edited all references to Owen Hart out of it.
Ring right saying the champions are not seeing Flying Brian in the corner of Stunning Steve.
Yeah, I remember watching that Halloween Havoc pay-per-view with Vader and Foley. That match was sick at the time. Like, I'd never seen a match as violent as that before at that age.
Oh, and he gets involved as we knew he would. Pulling on the throat.
But as with the earlier disqualification that Arn Anderson pulled, the referee didn't see it.
You're right again.
I don't know what Anderson's griping about.
Do you think people, like the wrestlers, like the throwing them out of the ring, throwing them over the top rope gets to be a disqualification rule in WCW? Do you think the wrestlers just completely forgot about that at points? Because I see it happen a lot. And you would think if that was one of the rules, they wouldn't do it. But I feel like the wrestlers just forgot that it was a rule. Because it's a stupid rule.
Made famous by Edouard Carpentier, that move right there, Tony Schiavone.
A somersault. And now back into the neutral corner. If you happen to join us late, Flying Brian has an injury.
Eddie turned the ring into the most gruesome of art canvases. That match with JBL was pretty bloody. Somewhere in 93, Paul Heyman saw that Vader Foley match and knew what he wanted to do with Eastern Championship Wrestling. Yeah, I'm sure he drew inspiration from stuff like that and the death matches in Japan and the like. I was wondering why all the heel champions didn't all go for DQs immediately to keep their belts. Well, some of them want to like show that they're better, for sure, but then when they get outclassed, then they cause the DQ.
Into the midsection. 1, 2. No, sir. He got out of it in 2.
Hypothetically, let's look at a situation here, Tony.
All right.
Let's say Stunning Steve and Lord Steven win tonight. You're the man that knows all this. How quick then will a 4-horseman rematch be signed? A couple weeks?
Into the midsection. I can't answer that. I don't know. I'm not the matchmaker at WCW, and you know that.
And how many of it will it be then? A dozen?
Into the midsection.
Or a baker's dozen?
Single leg pickup. Regal driving the
Yeah, Regal and Roma. This is a weird pairing. Like, you wouldn't imagine that these two guys cross paths, but there it is.
You know, Jess, even though they've never been together before, Regal and Austin are working really, really well as a team.
Well, they're seasoned veterans in the ring. Arn Anderson.
Did you like the TNA rule that if you got DQ'd, you still lost the belt? I was okay with it. They dropped it after a while, but it was something that kind of like the goal was to kind of prevent main events from having DQs, and for that I was okay with it. Although it did happen at least once with Sting and Abyss. Do you remember how you were reacting during the gun segment with Pillman and Austin? I saw that and I was like, holy shit, that looked real. Like, you want to talk about something that looked real? That looked fucking real. And came off amazingly well on TV. What went wrong? Vince Russo. Believed his own hype. I think that's what went wrong there. He was convinced he was a genius.
Wait a minute. There was no tag there.
And didn't realize that it took a lot of people working together and helping him to make his writing look good. Ref didn't see it. No tag for you.
And a switch is made. There was no tag there either.
Oh, he's coming in. He's telling Lord Steven he's got to get out of there.
European uppercut. Roma. One. Now the match will continue with these.
Bro, hey, bro, I'm telling you, bro. Nobody understands the ideas that I had and how brilliant they would have been if it wasn't for, look, bro, I'm telling you, if it wasn't for standards and practices, I could have taken WCW to the next level. I guarantee you, bro. What would you blame his failure on TNA on? Just bad writing. Really, like, yeah, and Dixie letting him do whatever he wanted. Like, oh, Arn, nope. Nice elbow by Regal.
Yeah, the DDT. Wait a minute. Sir Williams got the clutch.
Up there's Arn. Roll up. 1, 2, 3. The Horsemen win the belt. Did you like the WWE rule where if you aren't liked by fans, you still get 4 WrestleMania main events? Oh, it's a great rule. I love it. I'm excited to be a part of it every year. Pretty Paul Roma. Well, it's nice to know Roma won a belt somewhere. I'll tell you, and I say it a lot, I liked Power and Glory as a team. And I felt like they could have been really good if given a chance. But apparently Roma had an attitude, and that got him in trouble.
Sir William and Stunning Steve bash into each other. And look at, he's got the tights. Not only did they cheat against the wrong opponents, he held the tights, Tony. 1, 2, 3, and a slanted world title change.
More action still to come, and Eric Bischoff with us with the winners. Stay with us on TBS.
What about the rule where management holds you down and yet keeps giving you world title shots and Mania main events?
World Tag Team Champions Anderson, Paul Roma, and gentlemen, it could have been a disaster. It's like
Roma had a team with Mr. Wonderful called Pretty Wonderful. Yeah, I remember that. That is a great team name. I agree.
Big way. Well, you know, let me tell you something. That's what the Horsemen are all about. Willing and ready to adapt at any given time or moment. You know, there were a lot of people that said in the beginning that Paul Roma doesn't have what it takes to be a horseman. But this man right here, he believed in me, and that's all it took. And tonight, this is what it means to be a horseman. And I'm proud to call myself one.
Eric, they say adversity.
The Golden Lovers? That's a unique team name. See, I hear Golden Lovers, I think 2 guys that love each other and piss on each other while they make love. That's the thought that pops into my head, but I'm weird.
This has been our goal. We know how hard it was to win these belts.
What about the rule where you do one thing in the past, it's okay, but do the same exact thing nowadays and it's bad? It depends on how you do that thing from the past. Hey, Bobby. How you doing, man?
Well, just because Lord Steven Regal became a Hollywood blonde for the night, it is going to be beautiful Bobby against Too Cold Scorpio in this match.
God, at this point, I'm just like, every match I see, I'm just like, God, just get to the Shockmaster. I'm here for the Shockmaster. No knock on beautiful Bobby, but...
And ladies and gentlemen, his opponent. He's from Denver, Colorado. He weighs 231 pounds.
Hi, Too Cold. What's up, man? I wonder if William Regal remembers if he was a Hollywood blonde. Yeah, that one night where he was a Hollywood blonde. Which Shane stunt would you take if you had to? The cell drop or the glass panes? Oh, fuck me. I would say pay me $1 million, and I want to make sure the check cashes before I do the stunt. I would probably do the glass pane first, because I would feel like I have more control over it. Because, you know, you're jumping off of a 20-foot structure, and like any number of things could go wrong. And the glass panes, I would totally make sure it's like, okay, these are gimmicked, right? Which that was the problem with that match. I don't think the glass panes were as gimmicked as they should have been. He is a real man's man.
Built on Wednesday, which is always a good sign out of Detroit.
That's right. Well, I guess. Full-on Dragon Twist. You know a lot about cars, don't you?
Absolutely.
There's a nip up that time. Bobby got the knee in.
I know almost as much about cars as I do about wrestling.
Okay.
Bobby got the shot right to the jaw that time. Jimmy Jet is the referee assigned.
Oh, look at Scorpio holding on.
Off of his feet that time. Scorpio waiting on Bobby, got the shoulder in. The youngster of Colorado.
Look at that roll up.
1, 2.
Oh, almost a Backlund roll up.
Could not keep the shoulder down, but down goes Scorpio.
Well, Scorpio walked right into a clothesline by beautiful Bobby.
And Bobby on the attack again. Oh, there's that right hand. Bobby known as one of the greatest punchers in the sport.
Angle and Shane talked about the glass spot on Table for 3 episode. Oh, did they talk about, hey, remember that time you almost killed me? Yeah, I remember that time I almost killed you. They weren't gimmicked at all. Well, how does that happen? Like, yeah, we won't gimmick the glass panes. It'll be fine. We'll just go right through it. Jesus Christ. Why wouldn't you choose coast to coast? Because I don't think I have the leaping ability to make it. He's a beautiful but ugly British man.
Including Ron Rice, owner and developer of Hawaiian Tropic, who's there with some of the ladies who are, I understand, contest winners in the national contest. They'll be leaving tomorrow for a Caribbean cruise. His daughter is there with him as well. They're having a good time. Good to have you with us wherever you are as a 2-count. Watching us live on TVS Clash of the Champions. Yes, Ric Flair and Sting still to come. Plus Dustin Rhodes and the mystery partner.
That was misleading. You made it sound like it was going to be Sting versus Flair. But no, they're going to be tag team partners. Yeah, it's weird. We get Hogan and Warrior teaming up in the first show, and then in this show we got Sting and Flair teaming up.
Beautiful Bobby, and right now, Too Cold Scorpio with the advantage in this matchup. Drives the head into the arm. Oh, but he missed on that one. Beautiful Bobby diving underneath.
They accidentally put the wrong glass. How do you accidentally put the wrong glass? How does that happen?
Well, we knew it would be a match, Jesse, like you talked about, of high risk.
Regal said he wouldn't mind the Real Man's Man song playing while he was in his casket, lowering into the crowd. Well, at that point, you can't really stop it, I guess. Did you watch the Goldberg-Regal match live? I don't think I did, because back in the day, back at that time, I would watch one show and then tape the other and then go back and watch the tape of the other. And I don't think it's possible. I either watched it live or I watched the tape of it later. I don't remember which. Did you watch this clash on TV? I don't remember watching it on TV. Vince nearly stopped the Shane Angle match. I don't blame him. Ever watch OSW? No, never have. The glass had to resist the pyro. Couldn't they have, like, if the pyro was a concern, I'm thinking, couldn't they have, like, switched them out during the video packages or something? Is that story?
Oh, look at that.
Oh.
I've never seen that before. That was a drop kick.
Fancy drop kick. But oh, look at Scorpio fly. Is the story true that Regal got fired because of that Goldberg match? Not right away, but I think it's soured. I think management was soured with him after that match. Yeah, he did get fired months later, but I think that match kind of like started the doomsday clock on his time there.
Bobby back to the corner. Now here's the Irish whip to the other neutral corner. Sends him in again, working on that back. Oh, Bobby took him down.
Ooh.
Great move by beautiful Bobby. He came out of that turnbuckle well prepared for that one.
Well, I'll tell you what, he made a gorgeous move on Too Cold Scorpio. Swinging neck breaker right there. And look at Scorpio holding onto the shoulder. He may have popped it out of the socket, Tony, with that move. Down to the mat.
It did put him in the doghouse. I'm sure it did. Here comes Bobby coming off the top. Elbow.
Long way to go.
1, 2, no.
And I'll tell you what, that's total instinct. Scorpio's kick out. He don't know where he's at right now.
I heard a story that Regal dragged the match out longer because he didn't want to do a 90-second job. I don't know if that's true, though. I've heard that he was told to go out there and try to wrestle with Goldberg a little bit, and the end result, like, totally exposed Goldberg. 450! There you go. Scorpio gets the win. OSW was mentioned earlier. I think you would like them. They're Irish dudes who review old wrestling. They reviewed every Hulkamania era pay-per-view and much more. Ooh, I'll have to check that out then.
Comes away with a big win here live on TBS.
If you could create a faction of jobbers and bad wrestlers, who would they be and what would their name be? I would get the Red Rooster. I would get John Tenta as the Shark. I would get Battle Cat. Yes, that was a WWF gimmick. I would get the Toxic Turtles, also a WWF gimmick. I would get, I'm trying to think of like all the animal-based ones. Who are some more of the animal-based ones? But anyway, my idea would be to take all the shitty animal gimmicks and call them the Zoo. And that would be their shitty stable. Hogan put Brock over, but Stone Cold Steve Austin did. Okay. I actually agree with Austin's reasonings because he felt like, he felt like, look, if I'm going to put this kid over, it should be on a pay-per-view or with some kind of build-up. You can't just do it unannounced. And I think he was right. Mantar would be perfect for that. Yes, Mantar would be perfect for the Zoo. Yes. Who are Battle Cat and the Toxic Turtles? Battle Cat was like a shitball guy from the 80s. And the Toxic Turtles, no joke, they sent out two guys dressed as the Ninja Turtles out there to have a match. That never aired on TV, but the internet being what it is, people know about it. Mantar would have been the leader of your faction. Yep. Austin Brock as a random King of the Ring qualifier would have been stupid. I agree. If you're going to do it, build it up. And you mentioned the Hogan match. They built that match up for a couple of weeks. One of the Turtles became Gilbert. That's even funnier. That's even funnier. Johnny B. Bad.
Here we go. Payne caught him. Johnny B. Bad didn't even get a chance to do his bad blaster. Max Payne dropped out of the ring.
Okay, now this match is Masked versus Guitar. I've already seen Johnny B. Bad unmasked, so the mask gimmick means nothing.
Because this is an early advantage for Big Max Payne. Feathers are everywhere, and the masked man is in trouble.
Who would the Zoo feud with? Well, obviously, the Truth Commission. Come on, guys. The no-nonsense, friggin' mercenary guys, they were hired to poach animals. Clearly. And then they have a War Games match in the middle of the Serengeti. Come on, I've thought about this.
Oh, he couldn't get him off his feet. He tried for a crossbody, and Payne ducked underneath.
The Zoo versus the Dungeon of Doom. That would have been great.
You're gonna see in this match,
John Tenta would have turned face. The Shark doesn't stand with the Dungeon of Doom anymore.
Quick moves. You're gonna see Max Payne try to slow everything down, be very methodical, and then, he unmasked him.
Oh, he unmasked him, but Johnny has a second mask underneath. But I've seen him unmasked, so who cares? Hypothetically, how would Vince Russo pitch the Zoo? Look, bro, I'm telling you, you look at your roster right now. Look at the guys you have now. You've got this Red Rooster guy, Animal. You got the Shark, big guy, John Tenta, great worker. Everyone likes him, deserves a big spot. The Shock gimmick, Animal. You got this Mantog guy, Animal, half man, half cow. I'm pitching to you, Vince, that if you have all these guys with animal-based gimmicks, then you gotta put them all together at once, and we gotta make a stable out of this. They'll be like Disney characters. You can market the fuck out of this, Vince. I'm telling you, bro. It's gonna be a great idea for marketing. The kids will love it. It'll be funny. It gets everybody on the show, bro. It'll be fan-fucking-tastic, bro. I'm telling you. And here's what I'm going to call it. The Zoo. We're going to call him the Zoo. And we're going to print these shirts here with the logo and it'll be like a zebra print logo. It'll be fucking fantastic, Vince. I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you. Well, that was quick. Johnny B. Bad wins the mask versus guitar mask.
Max Payne went for the big splash, and he missed. And Johnny B. Bad is over here with Jesse Ventura.
The Zoo versus Bob Barker. Bob Barker would murder all of them.
And he's got Norma Jean.
Johnny, you got lucky. You scored the win. You won Norma Jean. What are you going to do with it?
I can feel to lose something that means a lot to you, Max. And let me tell you something. I'm going to do something that you couldn't do, Max Payne. In 3 days on WCW, Saturday night, I'm going to reveal to the world what Johnny B. Bad really looks like. It's a good day to be a bad man.
I've already seen what you look like. Actually, I can see most of your face right now.
All right, your winner, Johnny B. Bad, and will be back.
That was pointless.
For the gold on TBS.
What went wrong the summer of Punk? Answer, Nash made Punk his bitch and Triple H had to protect him. That's one of the problems. Here we go, guys. Okay. Guys, it's coming. Flair for the gold. This is what I've been waiting for. Okay, I'm going to send out a tweet. This is going to be the shit right here. Hey, guys. I trust, I'm assuming if you're on this stream, there's a real good chance that you've seen the Shockmaster clip, so I don't have to explain anything to you. But you've never seen me react to the Shockmaster, so this is going to be great. I wonder if they censor Davey Boy saying, he fell on his fucking ass. He fell on his fucking ass. Nice set. I like the set. Flair for the gold.
We are live. We are TBS. We are the Clash of Champions. We're Daytona Beach. Woo! And we're looking good.
One of the funniest parts about this whole thing is at the end. I'll show it later. But Flair is hilarious in this. Oh, look at his French maid. His ring rat of the week.
How about it, guys? It's Fifi all the way live.
Fifi.
Turn her off one time.
Actually, she was a regular, wasn't she? Walk that owl. Strut that ass.
It's the Clash of Champions. And as promised, a Flair for the gold with 2 big super guest stars. And ladies and gentlemen, let me say before I bring them on, they are by far the 2 most popular wrestlers in all of WCW. I'm talking about the Stinger and the British.
My faction would be Alex Jones, Brackus, Heidenreich, and Tank Abbott. And then be called Roids or Us. Why is Alex Jones in there? Flair and Fifi are together for real right now? Seriously? I mean, good for Flair, but wow.
Now, we're talking.
Cody was watching this, according to Dusty.
Now we're talking.
Cody was watching it at home, and apparently when Shockmaster falls, Cody was talking to his friends who he was watching it with. He's like, I think that was Uncle Fred. I think that, because they called Fred Ottman Uncle Fred, and I think that was Uncle Fred. Davey Boy and Sting, they got nice matching outfits there. I kind of like it. Do you smell what the Bulldog is cooking? Nathan Jones. Nathan Jones. Yeah, Nathan Jones makes more sense. It's Uncle Fred.
As promised.
Oh, here we go. Sid, who's the MVP of this segment, because he does not break character at all when it happens. It's like, God bless that man for trying. And not like, how do you not lose your shit when you see something like that happen?
seems to me if you was as smart as you act like you are, you wouldn't have waited this close to war.
So weird seeing Sid flanked by Harlem Heat. You shut up. No, you shut up. Secret partner, here we go. Oh, Flair left before. No, Flair's still there. Flair's still there.
Partner is going to shock the world because he is none other than
The Shockmaster! In all its uncut glory. The crowd goes dead silent. He told us fucking ass. And Sid has to fucking sell it. So awkward. And Ole Anderson, who's doing the voice, is clearly trying not to laugh.
They call me the Shockmaster.
Oh God, he's got glitter all over his chest too.
Long enough, Sid Vicious. Get ready. Come on, you want a piece of me? You want a piece of me? Come and get me. Come after me, Sid. I'm ready. Along with Davey Boy, Sting, and Dusty Rhodes, we'll see you at the Fall Brawl at the War Games. Until then,
Now here's the funniest thing. Flair just fucking left. Like, he's completely off the set. He's like, I'm getting the fuck out of here. I want none of this. Shockmaster versus Black Scorpion in a promo battle. Yes, please. Yes, Prince of Strong Style, welcome aboard. You joined at the perfect time. Oh my God, that is hilarious.
Live on TBS, Tony Schiavone and Jesse the Body Ventura, one of our 3 title matches coming up. And Jess, Flair for the gold. War Games, the match beyond is part of Fall Brawl, Sunday, September 19th, live on pay-per-view.
And what an entrance by the Shockmaster.
Like, Jesse's clearly, like, laughing.
Yes.
I mean, what do you even say to something like that?
The Dragon.
An entrance by the Shockmaster.
What an entrance.
Roids R Us versus the Zoo. What would the feud be? War Games, duh.
Look at the man standing. A man who is...
Well, Tony, we're full of spectacular entrances.
Jesse's still laughing.
A title that he has held before. Many times World Tag Team Champion. The NWA.
Oh my God. Like, it's just, I mean, I feel bad for Fred, but at the same time, it's like, that is so fucking funny. And here's the thing, the best part about the whole thing, that character would have sucked anyway. Like, it would have worked anyway. And it would have become, but if the entrance had gone the way they planned it, it would have been swept under the rug and forgotten, like, by the end of the year. The fact that that happened, it became like the stuff of legend. So it has like an enduring legacy because of it, how horribly wrong it went. The Shockmaster, the gift I never knew I wanted. Is that the highlight of Typhoon's career? Might as well be. Yeah, he takes it really well. Like, I'm surprised. What are some of the most hilariously awful moments in wrestling? One that really tickled me was during the Embrace the Hate storyline between Kane and Cena. And they did the whole episode where Cena was making out with Eve Torres. And fucking they turn around and Zack Ryder's sitting there in his wheelchair with a bouquet of flowers for Eve. It was the funniest goddamn thing I'd ever seen. It was so terrible, but it was so goddamn funny.
This wrestler
So Flair has a mansion patio, but Vader has an ice palace. How is Vader more ballin' than Flair? Good question. Don't know. Okay, now let's class things up with a TV title match between Orndorff and Steamboat. God, Orndorff and Steamboat? Is this 86 WWF? What is this? Hopefully this is a good match and kind of salvages the show. Fred Ottman is from Virginia. I'm from Virginia. I'm very proud of that. I'm from Maryland, so I'm in that neck of the woods. The Shockmaster needs to be a what went right video. Yes, and then Ryder got thrown off the stage. And I remember it like it was yesterday. Then Eve comes out to check on Ryder and gets booed out of the fucking building because it's like, no, you whore. You just betrayed the guy. You don't get to, like, cry over his dead body. Shockmaster's from Earth. I'm from Earth. I'm very proud of that. Is he from Earth? I don't know. He has a Stormtrooper helmet. He may have come from the Star Wars universe.
Absolutely not. Live television and live television championship. Ready to go. They're handing the belt right down.
Yeah, I bet they're regretting this being live television right now.
You've got the belt, huh?
I got the belt.
Orndorff and Steamboat are set to go.
Tell you what, Orndorff was still in really good shape at this point. Like, he still looks pretty much the same as he did in 86.
Side headlock is applied. Steamboat, as we said, has been the television champion before. And send Orndorff over. 2 count.
Ryder got screwed by Cena and Kane so bad during that. Hey, I say all the time, whenever Cena, like, whenever something gets over and they threw it together with Cena, like, it was like Cena was a leech. Like, he would just leech off of the popularity of something else. It was terrible.
You know, Steamboat on his way back into singles glory.
I mean, they brought in fucking RoboCop, so how bad would it be to bring in a Stormtrooper?
Now he wants to make it back into singles competition to be successful. And what a way to begin that.
John Cena, the one face of the company that needed to siphon a reaction from a jobber.
Well, first of all, he's got to beat Mr. Wonderful, Paul Orndorff, the champion.
If someone is born in space on a spaceship, what planet would you say they're from? I don't know. I'll tell you when it happens. Did you see the Table for 3 episode with Mean Gene, Mr. Wonderful, and Roddy Piper? I did. That was a good one. Roman Reigns is leeching off the popularity of Rollins and Ambrose. At least there's like an established history with the Shield. It doesn't make, if they're all going to be on the same show and they're all friends, it almost like makes sense to do it though. So
top wrist lock to a side headlock now.
Like, I don't shit on Roman nearly as hard as I do Cena. Like, Roman is far less annoying to me.
Shoulder block takeover. Over the top.
Oh!
And Wonderful ducked out of the way, and
Steamboat just dove out of the ring.
To the entrance ramp. And Steamboat is hurt.
What went right? Ricky Steamboat. Great talent. Motherfucker knew how to sell. Motherfucker was a great athlete and had outstanding matches.
More than he can chew with Mr. Wonderful.
Did you see Regal Steamboat from Fall Brawl? If so, how was it? I did see it. I don't remember if it was any good or not. I couldn't tell you. Comes off the top with an elbow. Orndorff goes for the pin. 1, 2, no.
Oh, almost. That time, Steamboat got it up. The right shoulder just in time.
And he's barely getting it up. Look at the beautiful pinning combination being applied there by Mr. Wonderful. Have the arms locked, the leg cradled in there.
I shit on the desperation behind the Roman Reigns experiment. The talent himself isn't bad. Yeah, you would think they would, like, when you see the reactions that he's getting, you would think they would pivot or try something or try to do something to fix it. But it's like, nope, he's just going to be top guy. Fuck you. Does it help that you don't watch the shows? Kinda, yes. Leapfrog by Steamboat. Body slam by Orndorff. Pin. Can't get the shoulder down. There. Good referee. Cena was so unbearable that Khali got cheered at points. That's how much we hated him. I never saw his matches with Khali. The biggest problem with Reigns is the Cena effect.
People like you and a lot of other
I think that's fair. Yeah.
Diving out of the ring, of ducking away, using the TV time limit to his advantage. Tonight, he's wrestling.
How cool would it have been if Steamboat decided to stay in WCW between 89 and 91? I mean, it would have been cool. They probably could have gotten more out of him, but I think the break was good for him too. And him going to WWF, he was good in the WWF. They just didn't call him Ricky Steamboat for some stupid reason. But it's like, how do you have Ricky Steamboat on your roster and not push him? Like, I don't understand that. Especially in 91 when you're looking for a new direction anyway. Like, I'm not saying he needed to be world champion overnight, but Jesus Christ, how do you not? He was clearly a guy they didn't have a plan for. And, like, how do you not have a plan for Steamboat? They feuded him with Skinner. I remember that. Because Skinner was the alligator hunter. So it was naturally, you know, he hunts dragons too. Oh, God. Orndorff is dominating Steamboat.
Whoa, and again, Orndorff was in an eyelash 2 times of getting that 3 count. Come on, Tony, admit it. How aggressive Mr. Wonderful's wrestling tonight.
Mr. Orndorff, or Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff, really on top of his game on the outside now. Goes Steamboat. Down to the floor, and the Dragon.
Same reason WWE doesn't have a plan for NXT guys when they get demoted to Raw or SmackDown. It was like, why even bring those guys up if you have nothing for them? It doesn't make sense.
You still maybe can hear the
Why didn't they give Steamboat a match with Brett for the IC title in 91? Would have been awesome. I think Vince wasn't too keen on face versus face matches at that point. And Steamboat can't be a heel. And Brett was a face at that point. So, off the top by Steamboat. 1, 2, no.
Got a 2 count. And that was close, Jess.
Big chop by the Dragon.
1, 2, no. And when people say Reigns got everything too soon, there are many people who got the world title quicker than Reigns did. Yeah, Taker, Angle, Lesnar. Yeah.
Puts him down with a back suplex.
Oh, but he cracked his own head on the mat.
Sure did. Maybe he had a cover there, but waited a little bit too long, and now...
It did happen in 86. I've seen the Boston... I think it was in the Boston Garden they had that match. They had a few matches, I think, around 86, 85, 86. Steamboat has to turn heel in 91, but Pat Patterson turned him down. Pat Patterson's a smart man because he knows it's like, that's not going to work. It's just not. I mean, Steamboat's like the greatest babyface in the history of the business.
Come on. That's very questionable right there. Steamboat hit Orndorff and drove him over the top rope. Is that not a disqualification?
It's the momentum of the job, not the intentional throw. Steamboat!
Oh, there you go, Steamboat! Flying over the top.
Well, you're talking about taking a risk. Steamboat went flying on the outside.
Yeah, it was. Brett wasn't the Brett that he became, so he didn't like have his main event style fully developed yet. But yeah, their 86 match was really good. It was on the Bret Hart DVD. It's a great match.
Wonderful with a cover.
Look at Wonderful jumping on there. No.
But he's out of it again. 1, 2, he's on the ropes, and that'll stop the count.
Fans clearly turned on The Rock by SummerSlam 02. Yeah, I was kind of like, I wasn't mad at Rock for leaving.
Oh, he hasn't won it.
A roll up. 1, 2, no.
Steve-O got a 2 count. The belt is in the ring, as you can see. Orndorff going.
Pile driver. He got, no, Steamboat got out of it. Back body drop with a
1, 2.
back bridge. Are they going to do the back bridge? 2. There you go.
Great bridge up by Orndorff.
Tremendous bridge by Mr. Wonderful. But Steamboat right into a
Backslide by Steamboat. 1, 2, no.
Oh, so close. And again, he goes down.
97 anti-American Bret Hart versus 86 Hulk Hogan. That actually would have been awesome. Like 80s Hogan versus like USA hating Bret. That would have been great.
Mr. Wonderful walked into that one. Here goes Steamboat up to the top. The Dragon. It's a big crossbody.
Oh, crossbody, but Orndorff reverses. 1, 2, no.
Oh, Steamboat got away. Ricky Steamboat the Dragon.
This is a good match. Small package. Steamboat gets it. Good match. Remember when WCW implemented those stupid rules like no throwing people outside of the ring? No jumping off the top rope and no padding on the floor? Yeah, it was stupid. It was really stupid. Hulk would have steamrolled Brett. He would have beat him, but I think they would have had, like, a hot program. Like, if Brett was as hot as he was in 97 and 86, doing that gimmick. Oh, my God. Orndorff just pile drove Steamboat on the title belt on the entrance ramp. What a dickhead thing to do. Oh, the rock concert segment was great. I love that. Yeah, no padding on the ringside area. That's stupid. I think that's just stupid. You're asking for guys to get hurt. I didn't like it when ECW did it. I didn't like it when WCW did it. To me, it's just ridiculous.
We'll be back with more live on TBS.
Thinking back to Reigns, he was obviously not ready in 2015 due to injury and shitty booking, but by WrestleMania 32, I'd say he was ready. But following the Rusev feud, that seems to be lost. It was just mishap after mishap, mostly the fault of booking. How did Steamboat get that back injury that forced him to retire? I actually don't know.
Live from Houston, Texas, and the Astro Arena featuring War Games, the match beyond. It'll be the giant man we saw, the Shockmaster.
For one, you limit the workers, and two, you get people injured. Yes and yes, absolutely. The New York State Athletic Commission mandates padding on the outside during pro wrestling events. Good. They should. Yeah, the War Games match with the Shockmaster. Now, here's the forgotten bit about the Shockmaster. I believe it was the next week on Saturday nights, or WCW Saturday night. They interviewed Fred Ottman, the Shockmaster, and they pivoted, and they changed the gimmick into a clumsy guy that drops stuff and trips over everything. So, I mean, they had to, but I like that they tried to run with it and just make him a goofball, but... Did you ever see the Punk Danielson match from ROH where Steamboat was the ref? I did. Yes, I did see that one.
Thanks, guys. And in just a
was this Awesome Kong and King Kong?
Will be making their way to the ring to meet.
Who are these fat fucks?
All started last Saturday night on TBS, and it's going to end here tonight. Harley Race.
Well, let me tell you this, Eric.
Steamboat got that injury in his final match with Austin when he beat him for the U.S. title in '94. When he fell off the buckle, he landed awkwardly and the damage was done. That's a shame.
I had the track baited the way I wanted it. Now you added insult to it. When these two monsters get done with you and the likes of the Stinger, there will be a small little grease spot in the ring for the existence of Ric Flair and for the existence of the Stinger. Flair, nobody insult me. This no one.
They're making their way to the ring. This match coming to you right after this timeout. Don't go away.
All right, we've got Flair and Sting teaming up next against the Kongs, the Colossal Kongs. I wish Pro Wrestling Noah and All Japan were more successful in its streaming services. I'd be okay with that. More wrestling for me. I still haven't watched Dojo Pro, though. I need to check that out.
The Colossal Kongs, yes.
Well, take a look at these. What a pair to draw to here, Tony. Like you said, over 900 pounds of tag team combination accompanied by Harley Race, who has a score to sell.
The Kongs, half ton of stupidity.
They have been so dominating in their wins. No one has come close to even putting the Kongs off their feet, Jess. But they're going to be facing two men who rely
what's Dojo Pro? Dojo Pro is a wrestling show that's on Amazon Prime. If you're a Prime member, you get it for free. Each episode's half an hour long, and it's one match per half hour. And I know James Storm is on it. Ric Flair and Sting teaming up. Does Flair turn on him again for the 45th time?
Two-man, as you take a look at a little
He's the
figure,
man called Sting.
two-man who Saturday will square off for Ric Flair's NWA title.
Noah's actually hosting Marufuji's 20th anniversary celebration match in September against Hideo Itami next month. Ooh, interesting.
To the ring, and introductions from Michael Buffer.
He does this and he does that. He's the man called Sting.
With this special feature, tag team confrontation. This match is sanctioned by the WCW. When the bell rings, the man in charge of the action will be referee Jimmy Jet. And now
Jimmy Jet? That's an awesome name.
Man your battle stations. Introducing first.
Man your battle stations.
Red, weighing in.
That's not as good as Let's Get Ready to Rumble.
1,001 pounds. They come to us tonight from the unexplored confines of South Africa. Here tonight with their famous manager, Mr. Harley Race.
Good God, look how fat they
At
are.
over half a ton, they are the largest tag team in professional wrestling today. I give you Awesome Tom.
Did you ever see the match in ROH where Danielson got his eye injury? I don't think so. It doesn't ring a bell. Nakamura teased his return to New Japan to do good shit. Well, the man called Sting.
Their opponents too of Pro Wrestling's biggest star.
No, they're fat.
Wearing blue and white, weighing 249.5 pounds. From Venice Beach, California. He's a former World Television Champion, a former U.S. Heavyweight Champion. Ladies and gentlemen, a former three-time professional wrestling heavyweight champion of the world, the one, the only, Steve!
Woo!
And his partner wearing yellow and weighing in at an even.
I mean, if Nakamura went back to New Japan, especially in time for the MSG show, that would be something.
Professional wrestling presenting.
Did you hear about what they did to the Miz and Bryan feud? I did not. What did they do?
Heavyweight champion of the world, ladies and gentlemen.
Danielson versus Morishima Manhattan Mayhem 2. Thanks to a punch, Danielson's retina was detached. Damn. So this team is woo and
Well,
whoa.
there you have it. On Saturday, this
That's
past
good.
Saturday here on TBS and
Woo!
WCW Saturday night, Race had some unkind things to say about Flair.
And here we go.
Flair came out.
Drop kick by Sting.
Let me be your partner.
Sting with a body slam on one of the fat fucks. Then a body slam on the other fat fuck.
I can't believe it! The Stinger slammed both of them, Cody! One after the other!
They're involving Brie Bella and Maurice in the feud. I kind of expected that, actually, based on what they were doing at SummerSlam. I guess it makes sense, given that Maurice helped Miz win.
You hear Race is yelling, it's impossible, we can't believe it!
No, it's not impossible. It was done.
God, they look so sad that they got slammed. They're like, but we were not supposed to get slammed.
Sting showing his power. But as we said, Flair teams with Sting tonight.
Brian said there's about a 90% chance of him re-signing with the WWE.
WCW Saturday night for the NWA title. Take a look at this crowd, Jesse, and they are wild.
They're doing this to get a mixed tag match with Maurice and Brie Bella at Hell in a Cell. Hey, I enjoy mixed tag matches. Those can be fun.
Now, all four men going at it. Sting, Flair, and the Colossal Coach.
Flair throws one of the fat fucks out of there. I'm just going to keep calling them the fat fucks.
The Stinger winds up and hits
Oh, look at Flair.
Flair coming off the roof.
It's a fight.
Flair be chopping.
But in the ring, Cody. Harley Race grabs the
Sting misses, rolls out of the way of the elbow drop.
out of the way.
Jimmy Jet, the referee.
Drop kick by Sting.
Sign of this event.
Another drop kick.
Two
Oh,
drop kicks.
Clothesline, he goes down. I'd rather the two females in question be better wrestlers. Fair. Stinger splash!
Flair and Harley Race going at it.
Oh, now Flair and Racer.
Sting.
Flair's going after Race. Shit. Sting going up top.
Look at the corner. He looks like a turtle on his back.
Oh, my God. 1, 2, 3. That was quick.
Sting and Flair.
Was Flair even legally tagged in during the match? They made short work of the Kongs. Yeah, we did. Oh, that monster team's dead. Woo! Speaking of mixed tag matches, what in your opinion is the best one? This past one at WrestleMania 34 was pretty damn good. That might be number one. Prior to that, I would have said probably the one at Mania 14.
And there's the Stinger off the top with the big splash. Boom! Kong's laying there, hooks the leg. 1, 2, 3, and a tremendous victory. A tremendous victory for Stinger and the Nature Boy Ric Flair, who will oppose each other this Saturday night on TBS. Let's go now to my colleague, Tony Schiavone, who's standing by with the Stinger and the Nature Boy.
Well, we mentioned the Kongs and never been.
What are those posters behind you on your wall? That is a poster for the classic Universal Monsters. That is a poster for the original 1954 Godzilla film. And that is a poster for Godzilla vs. Destroyer from 1995.
It really didn't look.
Die Another Day was on TV recently. What do you think of that movie? I think it's a bag of shit, and it's one of the worst Bond movies. Might be the worst. Brian's return to WWE is quite shit right now. Yeah, it feels like something's been lacking. Again, I haven't been watching the show, but it feels like he's not generating the same spark that he had. And I don't know whose fault that is, but...
We renew it, we go at it, we go get it, and brother, as I've said to you, you may be the Stinger, but I'm the Nature Boy.
That's right. You are the Nature Boy, and that's right, I am the Stinger. 10 times world heavyweight champion right here. Saturday night, I'm hoping I can make it 4 times for me. Win, lose, or draw, Nature Boy, I got a lot of respect for you.
The feeling is mutual. There's only a few men in this sport whose hand I will shake.
It feels like WWE is waiting for a definite yes or no in his re-signing before they try anything major.
You're the Stinger.
I mean, I guess that makes sense. They want to make sure he's on board before they invest a lot of like creative and time and money into it.
Saturday for the NWA title on TBS. We'll be back with the mystery partner.
He's the man called Sting. It seems like WWE is trying to put him in the worst matches. I mean, yeah, I mean that feud with Big Cass didn't do anybody any favors.
Champions from Daytona Beach and the Ocean Center. And I tell you, it has been a wild night for us, Jesse. We still have the world title to go, and we're going to find out in just a few seconds who the mystery partner is.
No more mystery partners. No more mystery partners on this show. It blew up in your face once.
Every time I do one, we're moments away of finding out who the secret partner is. And I heard that you know.
I don't know, but we are just...
Rumors coming out of Neville possibly being put on NXT UK. I mean, he's a good talent to build the show around. Big Cass got fired. Yes, he did.
Let's go. Let's wait no longer.
Oh, here comes Rick Rude. He's simply ravishing, guys. There's Dave Sullivan, the biggest Hulk Hogan fan on the planet. Neville versus Ospreay would be insane. That would be insane. I hated Enzo Amore. I liked Enzo as a character, but very limited performer. He was only going to go so far.
Well, we're at hand.
What I'd like to have right now is for all you fat, out of shape Daytona dirtbags.
Oh, my goodness.
Like the alliteration there, Daytona dirtbags.
Shut
Triple threat, Neville versus Ospreay versus Ibushi. Jesus Christ. Carmella is hot as hell. That she is. That she is indeed.
Daytona Dirtbags. He's endeared himself to the crowd again, hasn't he, Tony?
Tell you what, Jeff, he's got a real wild partner, doesn't he? The equalizer. Regardless who this mystery partner is, it is going to be something.
There's been some interesting hype around Rhea Ripley in the Mae Young Classic. I haven't heard anything about the Mae Young Classic except some of the people that are in it. There's Dustin. Good old Dustin. Versus Ricochet. Well, at that point, if you're going to have Neville, Ospreay, Ibushi, and Ricochet all in one match, I mean, might as well throw a ladder in there for good measure.
So just be patient here, okay?
September 5th after NXT it starts. Jim Cornette will have a stroke. Too many goddamn hot spots.
No, I know who his partner is. The Invisible Man.
We are waiting on the arrival of this Camaro Z28. And the mystery partner. Wow.
Who's Dustin's mystery partner, guys?
Yes.
Hopefully whoever this is doesn't fall out of the car. They pulled a car up into the arena. Road Warriors! Yeah, there's a Road Warrior pop for you.
You know, Dustin Rhodes.
Make it a scaffold match. Oh, Jesus.
But you didn't know that we had feelers out.
People on the internet. On the internet, there's just this huge emphasis. Oh, there's Hawk. Anyway, accepting showman type characters. It's the emphasis online has always been pure like work rate and all that other stuff, but there's more than one way to skin a cat. There's more than one way to get over. That's how I look at it.
Now what is this, Tony? He can't have both Road Warriors for partners. The Road Warriors are
Jesus, crowd's going crazy.
Road Warrior Hawk. Road Warrior Animal.
Speaking of Ibushi and Ospreay, there was a tease twice at WrestleMania weekend 2016 and 2018 for a match between them. Maybe if Ospreay moves up to the heavyweights they face in G1. Ooh.
Together, there's the mystery partner, and Jesse, here we go.
Goddamn, son of a bitch. Too much flippy shit. Goddamn motherfuckers. Fuck them and all that flippy goddamn bullshit. Can't believe that. I want my wrestling to be something I can believe in, goddammit. Fuck. Motherfucker.
And it looks like Hawk and Ravishing Rick Rude are going to start it off.
Okay, so it's Hawk and Dustin facing Rick Rude and Dave Sullivan.
Whoa!
How did Rowan wrestle with the torn bicep? I don't know. I didn't see the match.
Did you see that? He picked up Rude and literally threw him back into the turnbuckle.
One of the most powerful men, one of the most powerful teams in the history of this sport.
Yeah, you don't fuck with the Road Warriors, buddy.
And Rude being very, very cautious here. Look at this. Rude's always been one of the men wanting to lock up first.
The Cornette impression reminds me of CM Punk's impression of Homicide and how he ribbed him. I haven't heard that story. That's how Bruce does it. That's the thing. Like, the way Bruce imitates Jim Cornette, he sounds like Mickey Mouse. It's funny. It's like, it doesn't sound like Cornette, but it's funny. Goddamn, son of a bitch. I'll kill you, you motherfucker. Speaking of that, speaking of impressions, I listened to a video today, or a clip from Jim Cornette's podcast where he told a story about him talking to Stu Hart over the phone. That's fucking hilarious.
Oh, and what a battle of muscle.
Some kind of whore. Get Diana around like she's some kind of whore. Go listen to the clip if you don't know what I'm talking about.
He's breaking Rude down. He's got him on his knees.
Oh!
He jumped on his hands and then hit him in the face.
And now the wild equalizer is in.
Here comes good old Evad.
And he immediately ties up to the neutral position with Hawk. But Hawk's going to shoot him in.
Drop kick.
Big drop kick. Equalizer on the outside. Look at Hawk. He's right there with me. Watch out, Jeff.
Can you post a link to that clip? Let me see if I can find it.
But the Road Warrior Hawk made a mistake. He followed the equalizer into the ring second. Equalizer catches him with a boot, fires him into the ropes.
Oh. And nice timing there, Dave. Dave basically gave himself a swinging net breaker. That timing was a little off on that one, Dave.
Equalizer back to a corner. Shoots him in. Follows him in with a big clothesline. Now to the other way. Here, oh, wow. Big foot right to the kisser. And down goes Hawk. So the equalizer, with a couple of moves of his own, being very effective here, Jeff.
He's being equal to the task, if I can use that pun, Tony. And that's why Ravishing Rick Rude's got him as a partner.
I just posted it in the chat.
Hawk now in trouble. Rude hammering away on the lower back.
Been watching the first few Tokyo Dome shows so far. Masahiro Chono has been Mr. Tokyo Dome. He was a really good worker.
Hawk getting to his feet.
Oh, look at that. Doomsday Device with Dustin. There you go. They got it. But Rude got right back up. Okay. I guess because it wasn't Hawk doing the clothesline off the top.
Oh, reverse atomic drop.
The Irish whip to the right side.
Big back body drop, and Rude goes flying.
Dustin shoots him into a neutral corner again.
Oh, went for a monkey flip, didn't work. Oh, big clothesline.
And down goes Dustin with a big clothesline.
And Dustin stumbles into the wrong corner over with the equalizer.
Dustin trying to get to his feet.
Ooh, off the top.
Well, and there's the hip gyration. When you can always judge in a match how well it's going for Ravishing Rick Rude just by watching the hips, Tony.
It's all in the hips. It's
and
all
right now,
in the
going
hips.
quite well for Ravishing Rick Rude as he sends Dustin Rhodes to a corner and the equalizer.
His match with Muta was awesome, and his Hashimoto was a hard fitting match. What the hell's a hard fitting match?
And Dustin in really no man's land here.
Kick his ass.
So much of a grudge between Dustin Rhodes and Ravishing Rick Rude. It developed based on that U.S. title situation.
Doomsday Device 3D or Powerplex? Of the three, my favorite is probably the 3D.
If you want to go back to big company,
It's basically a tag team diamond cutter. It's great.
If you want to go back to when it began with WCW strip Rude in the title, the U.S. title, which he never lost in the ring.
Either man has the U.S. title. They'd wrestle to a 30-minute time limit draw in the Iron Man Challenge. Dustin Rhodes.
Hard hitting. Okay, that makes more sense.
I do understand from WCW officials that within the next month, they will decide the U.S. Championship between these two men. The title that is still head on. There's Road Warrior Animal, who drove the Camaro Z28 into the arena here at the Ocean Center.
I hope people got that all in the hips reference.
It's no longer a mystery tag match, it's a grudge tag match.
Oh, Dave missed the clothesline, hit his partner. Oopsie daisies.
Randy Anderson, the referee, tag is made.
Gets the tag, but I don't think the referee saw it. No, he didn't. I don't think Hawk gives a shit.
The referee's not going to allow the tag.
Hawk don't care. Fuck you, ref. What are you going to do?
But Hawk is still in there.
Whoa!
Hawk's just straight up not listening to the ref. He's like, fuck you.
Like a madman.
Yep, it was Happy Gilmore. Double clothesline by Hawk.
Big double clothesline.
Has the referee ever allowed the tag? I don't think so.
He is not allowed the tag as of yet, but Hawk.
Yeah, Hawk should have been disqualified by now. Clothesline's one, clothesline's the other.
I don't think it really matters. Oh, Hawk it hard. Shoulder to the apron. Shoulder to the floor.
Was there supposed to be a match between Rude and Vader in '94 after their split? Probably. I don't know of any story behind that.
There's your legal man. 1,
2.
2.
Okay, faces win it. That match was kind of a mess. Kind of a messy match there. If I'm right, this is the arena where Hogan turned heel about 3 years ago. In about 3 years. Might have been. I don't know.
I'll tell you what, Tony, the referee sure let a lot go by in that matchup. Road Warrior.
What one right? Seinfeld. Great writing, great jokes. Great cast, too.
Keep a pen and paper handy to write down the information now. You can win a brand new Z28. As we'll have it right into this timeout.
All right, we've got one match left. It's our world title match. Vader versus the British Bulldog for the world title.
Welcome
Kind of an interesting main event.
Clash of the Champions from the Ocean Center. So far in this evening's festivities, well, we've had a plate full. Good to have you with us. Tony Schiavone back with Jesse the Body Ventura. Before we go to the WCW world title being decided between Vader and the British Bulldog, Davey Boy Smith, we have Jesse and
What one right? Vader. Great look, great talent, awesome booking, great feuds.
Absolutely 2 out of 2 right now. If the title changes, can there be a third, Tony?
Well, the Z28 driven by Road Warrior Animal could be on its way to you. Fans, listen to this very important message from World Championship Wrestling.
I'm going to win it.
Up the street, down the block.
Are they giving away a car?
Around the corner, out of town, or in your face. This Camaro Z28 driven by WCW Road Warrior Animal could be on its way to you. Just enter the WCW Z to Win sweepstakes. Listen up.
So is this why WWE gave away a car or gave away a house a couple years after this? It's like, oh, they're giving away a car. We'll give away a house.
996-2800. Cost of the call is just $1.49. Here's Road Warrior history. What? No phone? No problem.
Price is wrong, bitch. Imagine Hogan giving that response to DiBiase when he offered to buy the title. Would have been interesting. You should enter that contest.
Hey, what are you waiting for? Time's running out.
Yeah, but it says the phone number is no longer active. I can't even see what the number is.
Hey, make a little Road Warrior history of your own.
I want the zoo to be a real thing. The zoo is a real thing. It's real in your heart. And if you believe
right, so there
it
is.
exists.
Some lucky fan will win that car as we await the arrival of a challenger.
Hi, Davey boy.
Fans, if you missed the details on how to enter the Z28 sweepstakes, you can hear it again on any WCW television program here on TBS now through September 12th. So make sure you tune in this Saturday. In this match, yes, the disqualification rule is waived. We need to make that very clear. It's not a no disqualification match.
Yeah, they gave away a house. It was a special contest for the very first In Your House pay-per-view.
He'll lose, but he'll lose the WCW.
I remember they did a whole thing where, like, they did the sweepstakes thing, and during the pay-per-view, they announced the winner. I wonder if, like, that person that won the house is still there. That would be interesting.
Yeah, but that's always the case.
Well, we just got to make that real clear.
Here we go.
The title can't change hands on a disqualification.
Vader!
Time to go to war!
One of the most awesome figures ever. Let's go to Michael Buck.
Battle Cat versus Tank Abbott in a shoot fight. I think Tank Abbott would have the advantage there.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the featured match of the evening. This match is sanctioned by the...
What went right? 7.
Ladies and gentlemen, please take note.
literally nothing. They dropped the character before they could do anything with it. Well, did pyro at wrestling shows or concerts ever scare you when you didn't expect it? No. I don't remember ever having that problem. What went right? Zeus. I already made that video. I made that video last week. See, let's get ready to rumble. That's better. What went right? Darth Vader. He made a hell of an entrance, didn't he?
Wearing the red, white, and blue of the Union Jack, weighing in at 271 1/2 pounds from Manchester, England. This former World Tag Team Champion partner, former North American Heavyweight Champion, former International Heavyweight Champion. He is the challenger, the British Bulldog, Davey.
There he is. I like the bulldog on the back of his jacket. That looks neat. I wonder why the woman who won the house wasn't brought back alongside Ted Pettingill on the In Your House DVD. How was the In Your House DVD? I never saw it. Can you do a what went wrong on anything in WCW 2000? I could probably do a what went wrong video of the whole year. Michael Buffer or Bruce Buffer? I'm Michael Buffer guy.
National championships around the world as a professional wrestler. Ladies and gentlemen, he's a three-time WCW World Heavyweight titleist, introducing the reigning WCW Heavyweight Champion, and
we'll have this match after this timeout on TBS.
What time is it?
We are back. The bell sounds.
Please do.
Vader and the Bulldog.
What went wrong? Wildcat Chris Harris.
Look at this. They're going out of
Oh, God, they're fighting up the entryway.
They're not even caring about the ring, Cody. The Bulldog's on top, hammering away on the world champion, Van Vader.
Vader just ripped his mask off. He's like, all right. Okay, fuckface.
Oh, big clothesline. The British Bulldog has made no bones about it. Ever since in the springtime when he first stepped foot into WCW, he mentioned the name of Big Van Vader.
Look at this. Whoa.
Oh, big. Oh, my God. Vertical suplex by the Bulldog.
Wow.
He stalled with it a little bit, too. Damn.
Vader's got to be careful. If he gets disqualified, we have a new WCW World Champion.
What is going right, Toru Yano? He's hilarious. That's what's going right.
And I'll tell you what, this match, the referee showed a lot of leeway in this one, letting them get it on outside the ring.
Dropkick by the Bulldog.
And a clothesline back into the ring. Now maybe we'll get it back into the ring where it belongs. Whoa! Smith coming over the top.
WCW in 2000 was funny bad. Like, that's how I describe it. It was so bad, it was funny.
Both men are hurting, and finally, we get back in the ring in a wild one.
Smith holding on to his knee. And he's in a world of trouble now because you don't want to be flat on your back with Big Van Vader looking down at you.
You're exactly right. Oh, there it is, one of his trademarks.
Vader's back in control.
Into the corner and just bubble away. There's never been a guy in this sport to equal Van Vader's power, but the man who's come the closest, Jesse, has been the British Bulldog.
Who's the man?
You can hear Vader yell, "Who's the man?"
It's a live Clash of the Champions, and it's been a spectacular one.
Yeah, it's live, all right. We saw that at Flair for the Gold. It was definitely live.
And of course, a live nationwide television audience.
And look at this, Race is up on the apron, tying up the referee.
Oh! Vader just tried to do a stinger splash on the guardrail. Didn't work. Bulldog's going to go for a suplex again. Oh! He just draped him over the guardrail.
Vader. On a night where we've seen just about everything. Vader hit hard. Don't forget, if you missed our number, how you can enter the Z28 contest. A Z to win contest. You can get the
Davey Boy, Jesus!
On all of our TBS programs.
Picks up Vader. What's he gonna do with him? Oh, fall away slam or Samoan drop.
Covers it. 1, 2. Oh my.
Got an idea for a top 10 first time ever matches. Omega Jericho, Okada Omega, Mankind Shawn.
Well, he's taking a lot of punishment, Jess, on the outside. He didn't hit safety rail.
That might be interesting.
Nobody home for that one.
Oh! Vader just ran him over like a Mack truck.
Vader catch him with that one. He ducked the first clothesline, but he ran into that big forearm, double forearm swat.
Oh! Elbow drop on the legs.
The elbow and the weight on that inner thigh.
Top 10 Bobby Heenan moments. That would be a great one. That would be a great one. I'd have a ball doing that.
All the weight on that knee. And the knees.
And like off the top of my head, if I were going to do that Bobby Heenan moment, top 10 Bobby Heenan moments, it would be like the episode of Primetime Wrestling where him and Gorilla go to like the hot dog shop. That was pretty good. Him golfing with Mean Gene Okerlund. The finish to the Warrior Rude match at WrestleMania 5. The press conference for WrestleMania 3. Like his commentary with Monsoon, just in general, just their commentary together. The first episode of Raw where he tried to break into the building.
Bulldog trying to get to
him slapping Andre at WrestleMania 6 and then getting paintbrushed for it. The Weasel Suit matches.
Vader has him up high. Vader drops him
I guess like a separate call, like his commentary during the Royal Rumble 92. He was amazing at that.
If he hits this, it's over.
Uh-oh, Vader's going up top. He got it. Top rope splash. 1, 2. Bulldog kicked out.
I can't believe he kicked out of it. And look at Vader. He's irate.
He better watch himself. If he hits the referee, if he gets disqualified, he will lose this title.
Didn't you mention watching Animaniacs at one point? I love Animaniacs. Yes, it's great. Top 10 worst WCW 2000 matches. Hell, you can do a top 100. Probably. Yeah, top 10? God, I already had like 15 floating in my head. Oh! Vader went ass first into the mat. 1, 2. No.
But it was the British Bulldog who came away with a big win.
How about Heenan's tribute to Gorilla Monsoon? During the Hall of Fame speech. Yeah, that was great. No. Fingerprints. Big splash. Bulldog looks dead.
Bulldog kicked out the first time. Can he do it again? I don't think so.
Earlier on, Vader worked on the knee. Apparently hurt the knee of the British Bulldog, and now the upper body. And now the big guy just hooking into the British Bulldog. The WCW World title on the line here. Two of the greats going at it. Big Van Vader, the British Bulldog, Davey Boy Smith.
Where they went to the church? The Sistine Chapel episode? That's one of the best ones. That was a great one. For some reason, they decided that Michelangelo should be an imitation of Kirk Douglas. I don't know why, but it's really funny. Crucifix, is he going to get it? Vader's like, no. Oh, he did get him. 1, 2. Oh, he almost got him.
2 count. You see Nick Patrick underneath the world champion with 2 big.
What about the Zeus movie with Gorilla? What Zeus movie? No Holds Barred?
Doing an outstanding job in this
Hello,
They
nurse.
won titles in Japan, in South Africa, in the United
Sting
States.
versus Jeff Jarrett in Halloween Havoc 2000 is a good candidate because it's a perfectly good match ruined by overbooking. Is that the one where they did like a million run-ins?
The measure of the British Bulldog again.
And look at those forearms.
Yeah, I recommend it. Animaniacs was great.
The lefts, the rights. Hammering away on the ribs, the head.
Vader just pounding away at Bulldog right now.
Jesse, I think you'll agree with me. This may be the greatest big man we've ever seen in this sport.
He's the most agile big man I've ever seen that's put together like he is. 450 pounds of him.
But the British Bulldog.
All right, Bulldog's coming back.
This guy, this international superstar.
Same thing we do every
will
day.
not give in
Watch the
to big
WWE
boss
Network.
of Van Vader.
Sorry, I didn't have a more clever follow-up for that.
Vader's climbing the ropes. He better do it quick.
God, Vader, like, dude loved to get aerial, didn't he?
Vader up top. Oh,
Bulldog with a drop kick.
He got caught by the Bulldog with a drop kick and straddled himself.
The
on
Human
steel
Torch
of the
match,
buckle.
Jesus. That was a bad one.
and he falls on the inside. Thank goodness. And Davey Boy Smith pounding away right above us. What a wild match for the WCW World Title.
And now it's Davey Boy Smith.
Holly Ray screaming for disqualification here.
Nick Patrick, the referee, is not going to take that route, I don't think.
Yeah, Vader and Davey, they're having a nice little match here.
In my opinion, unless he totally has to.
Is that on the network? The Human Torch match? Yes. That was Great American Bash 2000, I think.
And now, Big Bad Vader.
Oh, here's Vader. Vader bomb. Vader bomb.
Davey Boy Smith.
That's got to be it. 1, 2.
No!
Bulldog kicked out of the Vader bomb.
Look at Race.
Judy Bagwell on a forklift match is begging to be number 1. It's up there. Is he going to do it again? Oh! Bulldog turned into a power slam! But the referee went down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Smith would have won it.
He's going for a suplex. But there's Harley.
It's a Vader. Race.
Harley, he clips Bulldog. Vader falls on top of him. 1, 2, 3.
Vader wins it.
Big Bad Vader wins it.
Top 10 ref bumps.
Let's get the official word on this match.
The winner is still Captain
Big Bad
Bulldog is
Vader
beating down on
the
Harley Race. He
champion.
ain't happy.
Harley Race counting on, or making Davey Boy counting on Harley Race. And Big Bad Vader is still the heavyweight champion of the world.
Well, I'll tell you what, Tony. Davey Boy Smith is not lucky.
Look at this.
And here comes Cactus Jack!
It's Cactus Jack.
I guess they found him in Cleveland.
Where did he come from? The last time we saw him. Fans, we are out of time. Cactus Jack is back. And we'll see you this Saturday with Flair and Sting for the NWA title on TBS.
That's a hell of an ending. Oh my God. He was visiting the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, probably. What else would you do? Okay, so that concludes Clash of the Champions 24. Here's the thing about this show, having watched the show in its entirety. If you cut out the Shockmaster moment, I would say that the show was overall okay. I thought Vader and Bulldog had a solid match. I thought Steamboat and Orndorff had a solid match. The return of the Road Warriors, while the match itself was a little clunky, the return itself was cool. So there's a few good things on there. Not the most memorable show and not like a must-see show, but one that I'd been like, okay, it was okay. I didn't hate it. You put the Shockmaster thing in there, though. It takes away from the quality of the overall show if I was looking for it, like, objectively, like, was it a good show? But it also makes the show must-see. So it's this weird thing. It's like, it's the best so bad it's awesome moment in the history of pro wrestling. You can't top it. It's just the greatest thing ever. It's incredible. So if you're going to watch the show again, I highly recommend checking out the Shockmaster moment. It is completely, as far as I can tell, completely uncut on the network, which is just great. So yeah, I got to see the Shockmaster today. Made me happy. I feel like I can stop doing these live streams now because, good God, that was the whole thing I was waiting for. Can't wait to see your choices for WCW 2000 if you make it. Yeah, that's one I'd have to think a long time about. But yeah, it is getting late. I still need to finish packing, and I need to get on the road early in the morning so I can make it to Atlantic City and have me some fun. So that is all I have for you here tonight, guys, and for the rest of the weekend, actually. So thank you all for coming on and joining me on this stream. I know it was impromptu. I know it was not ideal to be doing this on a Thursday night, but thank you all for watching anyway. And yeah, you all have a good weekend, and I'll be back next week with some more videos for you. So stay tuned for more. I'll be sure to follow me on Twitter. Hit the little bell at the bottom of the video. Like and subscribe. Do all that other stuff. Make sure that you check out all my new content as it comes out. But that is all I have for you right now. So you all have a good night. Have a good weekend, and I will see you all later.